Tobey's Spider-Man, rumored to be fighting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the beginning of this movie. One particular mutant who has been called the MVP of Avengers Doomsday, and that is the master of magnetism himself, Magneto, the MVP of Doomsday.
So, if we're too old to be talking about comics, right, are they ancient for playing comic book characters and then enjoying it?
Yeah, apparently you should only have 8-year-olds play them and then fucking 6-year-olds do the podcast talking about it. Yeah, because that would be great, right?
Yeah, got it.
Marvel is sitting out the Super Bowl ads this year. No Doomsday, no Spider-Man Brand New Day trailers expected, and I actually give that a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
We don't need you, bitch. We need a Super Bowl. We're fucking Marvel. Know who you are.
Besides, we don't need the distraction from Bad Bunny.
There you go. Bad Bunny's gonna kill it. Congrats on the Grammy.
Right?
Like he's white. Yo, congrats on the Grammy, Bad Bunny. First Latin artist to win Album of the Year. Good shit.
Right.
It's also rumored that Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom, get ready, fucking jackasses, will wear his mask for most of the movie and has an accent. Why would he do those two things, you ask? Because he's playing Victor Von Doom, crackheads. Wonder Man was better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
It's cold as... I don't even know how to phrase it
anymore.
It's
cold as dick out there.
Yeah, I don't know how cold a dick can be, but it's cold.
Pretty cold, I guess. Yes, it has been. We've had snow. Some of y'all have had snow, but you know what? We're here. We're back, Adrian. We're back on Only Comics. And there's, a lot of people joining us for the first time. Would say to those people, buckle up, right?
That's it.
I was thinking about Only Comics and how would I explain this to a brand new person? I'm going to attempt right here, okay? It's a very ironic podcast, okay? You're like, where the
I would have never used that word.
No, but let me explain to you why, okay?
All right.
We talk predominantly about made-up characters, made-up stories, fake things, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go out and I'm going to speak for myself, I am, Adrian, in my own opinion, one of the realest motherfuckers you will ever see host a podcast, okay? Do you disagree with that?
I do not disagree with that.
Now, why does that matter? Why am I bringing that up? It makes me a lot of things. It makes me probably more of an acquired taste, right?
Okay.
To some. So if you don't like me, then you should acquire some taste, okay? But the other thing is I have seen other podcasts. They do exist, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like other stuff that drops tomorrow on the same channel. I mean like other people's podcasts.
Yep.
And I was reading an article today, and it made me a little bit disgusted in this podcast host. I don't know this individual. You ever heard of a guy named Romesh?
No.
Ranganathan?
No.
Okay, so no, don't know who he is.
What? Romanian bag of nothing? What?
Nope, he's from Sri Lankan descent, which has nothing to do with this, but no, just want to say he's not Romanian. You ever a fella named Will Arnett? He's an actor, voice actor.
No.
Exactly. Who the fuck's this guy? But so where's the comic connection? He does voice Batman in Lego Batman, but he was on this podcast, and Will Arnett said he had a very controversial position on tattoos. Okay. The host, Romesh, actually has over 20 tattoos. He has an obsession with tattoos.
Hold on. I just a quick question.
Yes.
So a guy who is the voice of Lego Batman is on a show with a bag of whatever guy name.
Yep. Romesh.
So nobody knows who he is, but this Batman voice dude is on this show.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I will say he's somewhat popular. I bet a lot of our viewers know who Will Arnett is. Okay. I don't know if anyone knows who this Romesh fella is. He lives in the UK, but this guy Romesh has an obsession with tattoos. Has over 20. He has an image of Richard Pryor, Nas, the Roots, the flag of Albania, and the Autobot logo. So variety of tattoos. Okay. That's not the point that I'm going to make here. Is Will Arnett said he had a controversial position on tattoos. Now, we, according to some people, say some controversial shit.
Okay.
He says that there are a lot of exceptions to this rule, but I would say sometimes with some people, there's a proportionate sort of relationship between how many tattoos you have and how little personality you have. And I find a lot of people who have a lot of tattoos often super fucking boring, like truly boring people. And that's his take. It's a pretty fucking stupid take, because I've met stupid people with tattoos, without tattoos, fucking with arms, no arms. I've met all kinds of stupid people. Tall ones, short ones, skinny ones, fat ones. Stupid comes in all shapes and sizes, so does boring. Okay? I just don't see the connection. But the bigger issue is this dude, Romesh, is a tattoo enthusiast. But he says, yeah, it's a manufactured edge. That's what it is. So he's agreeing with the guy who's shitting on tattoos while you're a tattoo enthusiast with over 20. Why the fuck are you agreeing with him? Because he's on your podcast?
Well, I guess the first question I would have is, why is it on your podcast?
There you go.
I mean, don't you do research of people that,
right.
That come onto your shows and things like that?
Sure. But I'm of the stance of, hey, you can have your opinion, but if I don't agree, I shouldn't pretend to agree.
Right.
I should be like, dude, I hear you, but that's fucking crazy, because I know a lot of people with tattoos and it has no, I think, impact on their personality. I know people with tattoos that have a ton of personality. I know some that don't. There's no correlation, in my opinion. So what does it have to do with this? Absolutely nothing, other than the fact that you will not get that bullshit here. If I like something, I will tell you. If I don't, I will fucking tell you. Ooh. And if I like it and Adrian doesn't, he will tell you, and he won't change his take based off of mine or yours. And I definitely won't change my take based off of any fucking comment that gets dropped here, either on YouTube, TikTok, fucking, where else are we? Spotify, Apple. Send it in the mail. I don't give a shit. So, anyways, I say all that to say, buckle the fuck up, because you might hear some shit you don't like.
You coming out the gate swinging today, man.
Holy you know what, dude?
Shit, you didn't even wait for the warm-up.
I didn't wait for the warm-up. We've had a long week. We've been traveling. You're probably watching this later than usual. We got Super Bowl coming up this week. That's really a big news thing. I know it doesn't really hit your radar.
Nah.
But that is this weekend. The New England Patriots, unfortunately, playing the Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately. I wish there was a way both of them could lose. I just hate both of those teams. So if I had to pick, I hate the Patriots less than the Seahawks, so I'm going to go with the Pats. Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute. So at least they proved that they could do it without, what's his face?
Brady, Belichick, yep, fucking Giselle, whoever,
Yeah.
Robert Kraft, well, he's still there, I wonder if he's still getting those massages. Anyways, Super Bowl performance halftime show, my boy Bad Bunny. Shout out to Bad Bunny at the Grammys last night. This motherfucker won the Latin album, right? Cool, kind of expected. He also was the first Latin artist to win Album of the Year. So when people go, why is he doing the halftime show? No one knows who he is. First Latin artist to win Album of the Year, and he was also Spotify's most streamed artist globally in 2025. So anyways, looking forward to that. Turning Point's putting on their own show. They say, we're doing a show for Americans, and we don't have an agenda. I'm like, the whole idea of you putting on a show that's anti-Super Bowl halftime show is a fucking agenda, you stupid fucks. I bet y'all have a lot of tattoos. Kid Rock is performing. It's like,
of course,
Kid Rock, some random no-name, country artist. It's kind of like who, what, and why. Like
at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time as Bad Bunny. Yep. So, anyways.
We're putting on a show for Americans.
For Americans. That doesn't have an agenda. I'm like, they don't have an agenda. Bad Bunny's the most streamed artist in the fucking world. The agenda is we're a global company now, since we have, games overseas. And we're going to take the biggest artist in the motherfucking world and give him the halftime show. Makes sense to me, right?
Well, is he bigger than Taylor Swift?
Yes. Last year he was. Last year he was. But anyways, what's the Super Bowl have to do with this, Adrian? Well, that's a great question you have. Super Bowl commercials, dude, they're a big deal.
Sure.
Or they were. Maybe not so much based off this recent news. They're expensive as fuck, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So for a 30-second promo, let's see. Last year, any guess, Adrian, how much a 30-second promo cost last year?
$8 million.
Close, actually, really close. $7.5 million.
Okay.
Now that cost has risen this past year to $10 million. Now, it's a lot of money, dude, for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Big audience. Marvel last year, if you remember, they had the Deadpool and Wolverine teaser trailer debut. A lot of people were thinking, with the recent Doomsday teasers, will we get a Doomsday trailer? Maybe Spider-Man Brand New Day. This movie comes out in less than 6 months, dude. We haven't seen shit from it, right? Outside of rumors. So the answer is no and no.
Good.
Yes. Good. Why do you say good?
Because why? They already have the marketing. They already have the exposure. It's like, why don't Microsoft advertise fucking Windows 11 or Windows, whatever the fuck they're doing? They don't have to. They don't have to. Apple, Apple does more marketing than most people.
Sure.
But they're trendy, feel good kind of thing. But they don't need to either. People are just going to buy their shit.
Right.
So they don't need to. And also, I think, keep the suspense, dude. The less you show, the more people are going to be like biting at the nails when it come movie time.
Absolutely. So I agree that they don't need to, but for slightly different reasons. Think about this. Marvel, they're a massive, massive marketing company, right? They're a comic book company, but they're a massive marketing company.
Sure.
We just saw with, 4 teasers where they showed us almost nothing, and they generated over 1 billion views themselves on their socials, on YouTube. They didn't have to run a fucking Super Bowl ad.
Right.
Yes, they showed them at that Avatar movie that needed some help to get viewership, so they used these Doomsday trailers. But I agree with what you're saying, but I also almost doubled down. Like, Marvel doesn't need the Super Bowl to promote these movies.
Right.
I believe. I think that's more of like you ever have a neighbor or people in your community that like are keeping up with the Joneses? Like, you get a truck, I get a truck. You put up a fence, I put up a fence. But I put my fence out, it's a little bit higher. It's different color. You know these motherfuckers.
Well, I never lived in a neighborhood where, I get something and, they gotta, one up me.
Okay.
It's like,
well, that's good.
I live in a neighborhood and I get something and they take my shit.
It's hard to, that one may be worse. One thing you're just dealing with, weird people. The other one, people stealing your shit. So, but I feel like that, it's almost like a bragging thing.
Not stealing. Taking. There's a difference.
Okay.
Stealing is, you don't know who took your shit. Right? you bought something, you put it in the yard, and then you come out and it's gone. You don't know who took it. Taking is, you bought some shit, put it in the yard, they come over, got me a truck?
Oh, I see.
That's the difference.
Can I borrow this type shit?
No. Oh, you got that for me?
You got that for me. Damn, who's at your house, dude? Shit.
I didn't live in the neighborhood like that, for real.
You gotta have a guest list or some shit. People gotta start checking in, dude. Let me see your ID in this motherfucker. But it seems like it's almost more of like a status thing. We had a Super Bowl commercial. And nowadays, because years ago, they didn't have social media. This was the spot, right? See my shit at Super Bowl. Dude, they could pull a fucking turning point. They could drop their trailer during the Super Bowl on YouTube, and motherfuckers are going to lose their minds.
Right.
So I think they don't need to, honestly.
Right. I mean, the fucking, what is it? Blue people? Yep. So they went, so it's almost like people didn't go to watch the what am I trying to say? They didn't go to the Avatar movie to they didn't go watch the trailers because they was at an Avatar movie. They went to the Avatar movie, suffered through it so they could see the fucking trailers.
Yeah.
That's almost how much marketing power Marvel has.
Right. Absolutely. So I don't think this will not impact the movie at all negatively, and I don't think they need to. And I think it's a smart way. You go, well, it's $10 million. They got hundreds of millions of dollars in these movies. It's a good, smart way to save $10 million.
Right.
Drop it on your own channel, and you're going to make the ad money back anyways. Because shit, listen, I know how little we get from ad revenue, but we don't do a fucking 100 million views on a video. I could imagine what their YouTube monthly check is. Holy shit.
I wonder what would happen. Well, first of all, Mike, are you an American?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm an American.
You look like one.
And I'm not gonna watch either one of these fucking programs. Right?
Okay.
So, but I'm wondering if What if Marvel came up with their own fucking Super Bowl halftime of shit and played it all? I'm just curious as to what would happen. We need to ask probably one of the AIs, what would happen if Marvel did a halftime show of upcoming movie commercials during the halftime show?
Dude, people would eat the shit up.
Right.
They would eat it up. It's like, I'm a WWE guy. We had the Royal Rumble this past week, which I'm going to talk a little bit about later. During WrestleMania season, that week of WrestleMania, whatever major city's hosting the event, there's probably 20, 30 other smaller wrestling promotions that are doing events that same week in that area. Wrestling crowds in town.
Sure.
Let's take advantage of it,
course.
right? Hey, all eyes are on TV right now. Let's take advantage of it.
Sure.
All eyes are on. So you're either going to, if you're at all a football fan, you're either going to watch a Super Bowl or you're going to follow shit about it on social media.
Right.
Fair?
Yeah.
So why not drop a new Doomsday trailer during the Super Bowl halftime show, but just on your social media platforms?
Right.
People eat that shit up.
You could do it on Netflix, probably a fraction of the price. And Netflix is everywhere, right?
Or your own fucking
or
Disney
your own
Plus,
fucking
right?
Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
you can do it on your own fucking.
Right?
I mean, that's the thing. They have their own shit.
Yeah.
It's why I think this is a sign of things to come. I bet you year in and year out. Now, it also could be a complete ruse, and they could be dropping the shit on there, to fuck with it. But if this is true, this will be a sign of things to come. People are going to realize these studios, we got more power. Like Paramount is going to drop their trailer for Scream 7. Well, you have Paramount Plus, dude. You got your own fucking platforms.
For what movie?
Scream 7. You look confused.
That movie's still around?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. I watched all 6 of them this last October. I'll tell you this, bro.
What?
Scream is the best fucking horror franchise, period. Most quality movies. Promise you.
Really?
Find me another fucking horror franchise that has 6 films going on 7. Oh my God, 6, 7. That has more good movies than Scream. I bet you can't. Yep. See, I gave you a shot now.
Because I don't watch any of them shit.
There you go. Well, I challenge y'all watching. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's crazy. He's smoking crack. No, I'm not. Yes, I'm crazy. No, I'm not smoking crack. But find me a franchise that has at least 6 movies, horror, that have more good movies than Scream. I don't think you can.
Predator.
Is that a horror franchise?
I don't know. It's more like superhero.
It is it's more like an Anunnaki origin story. Yo, we got some shit about that. You ever seen the movie Begonia? Seen that? Begonia with Emma Stone yet? Yeah, check it out, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't a begonia like a flower or some shit?
Possibly. But it's about the CEO gets kidnapped by these conspiracy theorists, and they think she is part of this alien race that sounds a lot like the Anunnaki. That's all I'm going to tell you.
All right.
And it's fucking awesome.
Really?
Yes. For all you Anunnaki fans out there, our ancestors, Enlil and Enki, shout out to our ancestors. But some other studios are going to have some trailers at the Super Bowl halftime or Super Bowl period. Universal Pictures are going to show their new Superman or Super Mario Galaxy movie. Also, the Minions 3. Steven Spielberg has a new sci-fi blockbuster called Disclosure Day. So, there's some theories about Spielberg that he knows some shit. And he leaks it through these movies.
They all do. That's what I've been saying. They all do.
But him specifically, there's been a lot of...
Yeah, you cannot have the type of movies that he has without some kind of insight into something, right? I mean, Close Encounters back, that was what, 79 or some shit? Think about that.
That's when they always talk about,
right.
They always say that this is the people that believe in aliens, but not get all fucking weird on y'all, but the people that believe in aliens will tell you that that movie is pretty accurate. Now he's got Disclosure Day, and we watched that documentary recently, Art of Disclosure, which was a waste of everybody's fucking time.
Right.
You could the podcast with Joe Rogan was better.
Right.
But Disclosure Day is the name of his next sci-fi blockbuster, and it kind of I think it's based on that premise of it's time to disclose this shit for everyone.
That'd be interesting if they actually use that as a segue into opening more government documents. Because all this bullshit now, don't go and buy or pay for anybody's streaming disclosure bullshit on any platform today.
Nope.
Because the only thing they're gonna do is regurgitate the same bullshit. They're gonna show the same Navy TikToks from 2002,
right?
All this bullshit. They are not going to give you any more information than you already have.
Correct.
So leave them the fuck alone.
And they're gonna drag that shit out like your dog when he drags his ass on the carpet. Just drag it out, dude.
Damn.
Not nice, you know. Your fucking dog does that. You don't have a dog, do you?
No.
But you've seen dogs do that.
The ass dragging is why I don't have a dog.
Exactly. That's when you get rid of the dog.
Exactly.
Throw the whole carpet with the dog out.
Roll his ass up.
Shit. Speaking of dogs, DC Studios will tease Supergirl during the Puppy Bowl, which airs on Animal Planet. So they're not taking advantage of the Super Bowl, the Puppy Bowl. I don't know what the fuck that Puppy Bowl is.
I don't either. Does that have something to do with dumbass crypto or?
I'm sure that all they're gonna show is like crypto like scenes, most likely. So Puppy Bowl could be two things. It could literally be something with actual dogs, or sometimes with football games, they do this kid-friendly type of version where with CGI graphics, they overlay the football players with like, they did it with The Simpsons, they did it with SpongeBob. So like instead of the actual players, they're like characters on screen. It's like an overlay. It's weird. It's a way to get kids to try to watch football, but I don't know what this Puppy Bowl is, but so we'll see some teasers there. But DC's sitting it out. So is Marvel, and I don't think they need to, dude. I really don't think they need to be a part of it. Doomsday. So speaking of Doomsday, we talked about the impact or the rumor that the opening scene was going to be, one of the best ever. Oh my God, it's so great, right? We talked about that last week. We got some more insight, some more rumors by a scooper here. My Time to Shine is the scooper's name on Twitter if you want to check them out. Tobey, though, is rumored, his Spider-Man, rumored to be fighting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the beginning of this movie. Beginning of the movie is rumored to have an incursion happening between the Spider-Man universe and the X-Men universe. And then Spidey's universe is destroyed. Hugh Jackman fighting Tobey. And then Tobey, though, sounds like he is not, killed by this incursion, just the universe is. And this gives him, I guess, the reason for joining the Avengers and fighting with them is he's trying to bring his loved ones back. Incursion destroyed my whole universe. He maybe has a wife and kid they're alluding to. Y'all are trying to fix all this shit. Let me join you to try to bring them back. So if that's true, how do you feel about that?
I'm sure they'll do a good job.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a cool story. But the bigger thing is Tobey's Spider-Man fighting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Who wins that?
Spider-Man all day. What? All right. So first
I'm talking comic, though. We're talking these two. They're on screen.
So do they know each other in this? I'm assuming not if he's
probably
coming
not.
From. Okay. So still Spider-Man.
Still Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we've seen some pretty impressive feats from Tobey's Spider-Man, stopping the train and shit like that, right? But I would argue that Spider-Man's been nerfed a little bit on screen. Spider-Man in the comics is stronger than Tobey's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
From the things that we've seen, right?
Yeah.
Now, what about Hugh Jackman's?
Actually, I wouldn't say. I've seen some things. It's pretty much on par.
Okay, you think it's?
I mean, he's not like a class 50 guy, right?
Right.
He's a class 10, 15.
Okay.
Wolverine, he doesn't have super strength, doesn't have super speed.
Right.
He doesn't really have. He's got stamina.
Yes.
He's got
some agility.
He's got some stuff.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man could be all over him if he wanted to.
Right.
But Peter Parker is a kind of a jokester.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to go after you unless he really need to.
Correct.
And what have we seen him really get upset about? Fucking Ben and May at this point. Everything else, he's joking through shit.
Right. So, I mean, if the universe is being destroyed,
probably
be a little more on that serious side, right? So, I think probably would be a badass fight between these two. They're both established characters that, I don't care who you are. If you're watching Marvel movies, you know about these two characters, these versions at least. Then that also increases some speculation about Sadie Sink's character in Spider-Man Brand New Day. People are saying that, maybe it is a stranded daughter from Spider-Man Brand New Day. Fucking Incursion, shit fucks up. Maybe she gets, moved over to this universe as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how she ends up on Spider-Man's, in Spider-Man's movie. Never know. A lot they can do with this. Here's another rumor. The rumor is, you're going to like this one, Adrian. A lot of people watching or not, you're going to like this one. The rumor says that Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom will, notice I said Victor Von Doom, will wear his mask for most of Avengers Doomsday, and he has an accent. So what does that tell you about this character? Does it tell you that, now we're assuming this rumor is true, that it's going to be a Tony Stark variant like a bunch of fucking assholes say online? You tattoo-having motherfuckers. It tells you, Adrian, he who is right again.
Jesus Christ. Doesn't Doom have the mask on most of the time he's in the comics?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the dude's face is jacked up.
Right.
He feels some kind of way. He's kind of sensitive about this. His scars, right? So of course he's gonna have his. I mean, he's Dr. Doom,
right,
with the mask on. He's Victor without the mask.
Yep.
Who do you think he prefers to be?
Exactly. His face all fucked up, dude. It looked like they took like hot sandpaper and wiped his face off. I mean, it's like Freddy Krueger type shit,
right?
And you want?
Well, it depends.
I guess depends.
I mean, someone had like a little scar here, and little cerebral palsy or fucking whatever going on one side, and then you got the full. But in the comics, his face was already disfigured, so he fucked it up even more. So when he got the mask,
right,
he didn't even wait for the mask to cool off, and he just put that shit on there.
Yep.
Kind of grafted it on there. So why would he show that kind of shit? So he should have the mask on most of the time.
Right. So when the stupid fucking idiots that go, what are they going to do when they see it looks like Tony Stark? Dumbass, he's not going to fucking look like Tony Stark. And this rumor tells you that you're a bigger fucking dumbass than you thought you were. And he's going to have an accent. Why? Because he's from fucking Latveria.
Right. As long as he don't sound like, Henry Cavill. Not the Superman Henry Cavill, but Henry Cavill in real life. That was weird.
It is like jarring when you hear some of these guys. Because you're so used to like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
When you hear his Australian, you're like, really? You're Wolverine? The fuck? But what does that tell you, Adrian? That they're actors.
That.
They can act like different characters. So yeah, this rumor is definitely welcomed here on Only Comics. Some of y'all are gonna, say some stupid shit in the comments, and that's okay. I'm a big Magneto fan.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably a big Magneto fan, right? Now he's a character who is, from a power set level, one of the most powerful mutants, right? He's Omega level. And we've talked about his power set recently, that it's not just picking up metal objects. It's controlling the whole magnetic field. So there's some rumors about X-Men in this Doomsday movie. Let's start with this one here. There's a rumor that the Avengers and the Fantastic Four initially battle the X-Men, and then they team up to fight Doom-controlled Sentinels. This is now the second, third time we've heard something about Doom-controlled Sentinels.
Sure.
Makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like you already have them in these universes, right? We understand Doom and the Doom bots. Maybe they'll be introduced, maybe they won't be. But if you already have these Sentinels that we've seen, they've been controlled by, different individuals. Magneto took control of them in Days of Future Past. It's not crazy.
Gyrick.
Who's the little guy? It's like Peter Dinklage plays him. The guy who made the fucking Sentinels in the X-Men universe. Can't think of his name right now. But also Strikers, So my point is they're there. It's not that crazy for Doom to take control over these, right? So that's cool. I like that. But the second part of that rumor is there's one particular mutant who has been called the MVP of Avengers Doomsday, and that is the master of magnetism himself, Magneto, the MVP of Doomsday. So, again, these are just rumors. You have no idea if it's true or not. We're going to proceed as if they are true. Magneto, first of all, think about Magneto fucking up some of these Sentinels with his power set. Cool. But also, he is a character that I think they've done a decent job of in the X-Men universe on screen, but there's still a lot more to explore there. Mm-hmm. So if this is true, dude, I'm all about Magneto being the MVP of this movie.
Yeah. I mean, Magneto's power is so brutal and absolute. Before Chuck, underneath that blanket of his, can get on the upstroke, Magneto could literally just wipe out all the Sentinels with just a thought, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he can. It's not like he has to project a magnetic thing at this Sentinel, or that one, or that one, or that one.
Right.
He can do all of them at the same time.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he could literally take control of them using his power.
Right.
So him being the MVP, I'm down with it. I think Ian McKellen, I mean, I know he's a lot older now, but was a phenomenal Magneto.
Yeah.
And now with CGI and all that shit, I mean, he wears his helmet most of the time anyway, so you can get a body double in there and it's not crazy. I mean, he's a mutant, so yes, he's gonna look old. It's not like watching Batman do somersaults and cartwheels at 78 years old.
Right. Also, I mean, Ian McKellen, Magneto's power it's like food. You season it, the season sets in longer, it gets better, right?
Right.
As he gets older, you're right, he's not doing cartwheels. He's just moving himself around normally, right? But his power is probably growing exponentially as he gets older.
Absolutely.
Seasoned,
Yep. Got the season, and he is seasoned, so he also knows how to use his power a lot more, than he did. So yeah, maybe we see that kind of progression. That he was doing some interviews recently, dude, and he let something slip. So they were asking about Magneto, and first he said, I didn't realize how popular he was. He said, I thought he was a villain, but no, I think people rather like his attitude. Then he talked about how it was fun working with the younger actors and how they, they respected him and Patrick, Stewart as the old timers, yada, yada, yada. But I do think that initially people think of Magneto as just a villain, but he is a very dynamic character.
Sure.
And you understand why a lot of people like his attitude, because he's more of the like, dude, they're not going to let us live here. They're never going to treat us as equal.
Right.
And we actually are superior to them. So let's fucking show them. Not a crazy idea. I mean, it's not what Shirt Cocker over there, Chuck, subscribes to. But we've seen him walk that line several times. And he talked about some of his favorite moments as Magneto. And he mentioned a few we talked about here recently. One, he said a favorite time was when I detached the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco and, sailing it through the air towards Alcatraz. That was a cool ass scene. Right. And what's cool about that is he said they built that bridge in the open air. Like, it was practical. They built the bridge. They got him hanging up, wind machines blowing. Like, that's why, as shitty as that movie was, it looked good. He also talked about in the first movie, the first X-Men movie, where he picked up a couple police cars and dropped them. They picked them up on cranes, but just how cool it was. Like, they're following him, drops his hands, the cars drop. Then he said, there weren't as many special effects back then. Now it's a little bit easier. Then he said this, he goes, I did destroy New Jersey the other day. And then goes, oh, I perhaps shouldn't have said that. I mean, you can't be mad at it, right? He's fucking 2 years old.
Right. I mean, he's on a roll talking about things, just, kind of like, stepped over the line a little bit.
I mean, as a fan, it's cool to see an actor of his caliber that excited about these comic characters that, we've all, us here have read and enjoyed for years. So that's cool.
Right. Wait a minute. So if we're too old to be talking about comics, right? Are they ancient for playing comic book characters and then enjoying it?
Yeah, apparently you should only have 8-year-olds play them and then fucking 6-year-olds do the podcast talking about it. Yeah, because that would be great, right?
Yeah, I got it. Got it.
Yeah, fucking assholes. Yeah, you're too old to be talking. You know what? You're the one missing out. I feel bad for you. Shit. I mean, dude, we only do this thing once, right? I'm going to enjoy my shit.
Right.
I already told y'all before, when I get dementia, if I do, I'm watching all these motherfuckers again. It's going to be like the first fucking time, dude. I'm going to be losing my shit. Oh my God, fucking Tony died. I'll be crying again. Oh my God. Like, we have no idea what's happening next, dude. So I can't, if that happens, that's the plan.
There you go.
But he did destroy New Jersey, he said, and that, had me thinking, where have we seen New Jersey before in these comic book movies? And one show that stands out to me was WandaVision.
Okay.
Westview, remember she creates the Westview, the city.
Yeah.
That's in New Jersey. Why is that my go-to? Why is that the one that stands out? Well, number one is New Jersey. Number two, in the comic, read a comic. There's an interesting relationship between Magneto and Wanda, Adrian.
Yeah. Father-daughter.
We're bringing Magneto over. I mean, what are the odds that he's got to do some shit in New Jersey? I go pick up his daughter, maybe. I don't know. So maybe that could mean nothing. But the fact that he did say destroyed New Jersey made me think like, hey, maybe it's some Westview type shit. You never know. I mean, I think it would be cool to see those two interact on screen. You know, Magneto and Wanda. We've not seen that yet. We've seen Wanda. We've seen her brother.
Yeah.
We've seen,
briefly.
And then in the X-Men universe, remember we saw the other version of Quicksilver with the slow-mo, he's fucking eating the pudding, all like cool scenes. They also allude to his relationship with Magneto in those series of movies. He also has a sister in those movies. Now they're not twins, the sister is younger, but I just thought it was
Women, who we talking, because you said
Quicksilver.
Oh, Quicksilver. We got it.
Yeah, in the X-Men, that version.
Okay.
Though. The Evan Peters version. He also has a sister in that, but it's not a twin, which, in the other comics and the other stories are twins. So, and then, like you mentioned, it was briefly in Age of Ultron. We had the Aaron Taylor Johnson version of Quicksilver.
Right.
Who was killed off by some bullets and like, really? He ain't faster than that? Come on, dude.
Oh, no.
Well, no,
Quicksilver's speed is like sub Mach 1 or something like that. And bullets are, of course, Mach 1 plus.
Okay.
So they got a little advantage on.
That makes sense. All right. So, dude, I mean, I'd love to see those two interact. Some other Doomsday stuff. Let's see. We got, we're talking about Steve Rogers and Peggy here. So there's a rumor that involves Loki, Steve, and Peggy. So the rumor says Loki, before the end of Loki season 2, he goes to see Steve in this, this branch timeline that he created when he went back in time. Loki tells Steve that the TVA is going to prune that timeline because Steve is not supposed to be there and not supposed to have a child.
Okay.
Loki then, I'll tell you how I feel after I'm reading this. Loki offers Steve a way out. He moves Steve and his family to a universe where they never existed, allowing them to live peacefully. That universe turns out to be the Fantastic Four's universe that we saw in, First Steps.
Okay.
They lived there for years until the events of Doomsday, when Doom arrives to warn the Fantastic Four about the incursions and tells them they must travel to 616 to stop them. Reed and Doom come up with a plan. They track down Steve, explain everything to him. They ask for his help. Steve agrees. They return to the MCU with Steve, Doom, Fantastic Four to convince the heroes to help them. Okay. I don't believe this rumor. I'll tell you why. No, first of all, do you believe it? Does this sound plausible?
I don't give a shit about any of the rumors. I'm just waiting for the movie to come out.
I know.
It's intriguing, but...
But does this sound like something
No, it doesn't. It's too complicated.
Yes. And it's complicated, but I'll give you a simple reason as to why I don't believe this. One of Steve Rogers' biggest character traits is his moral compass, dude. Okay. I always got to do right, regardless, right? It's why he was at odds with Tony in Civil War. It's why he did not give up when everybody was snapped away. I don't think Steve Rogers is going to accept the deal where he leaves a universe that's going to be pruned to go live a happy life and have all those people pruned into whatever, the void. To me, that doesn't sound like Steve Rogers to me.
So he would feel like he's escaping something while everybody else suffers.
Correct.
Right.
I feel like Steve would be like, let's find a way to fix this.
Right.
Versus, yeah, fuck it, we're out. Let these people die. Like, does that sound very Steve Rogers to you?
No, not at all.
So I don't think that one is true, and I hope it's not. Another rumor that I hope this is true. The rumor is Halle Berry says she is not in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
And that's not the rumor. That's what she says. She said, yeah, I would love to, but, no. But then a scooper, same scooper over here, My Time to Shine, says that unless they change it during reshoots, her character is dead, which, we got in some heat last time we talked about Halle Berry. So I'm definitely going to watch what I say. I don't give a fuck. I respect Halle Berry as an actress. I think she's great in a lot of things that are not comic book movies.
Right.
And the idea that her version of Storm is dead, I'm all about it because we never have to fucking see it again. So I'm hoping that's true.
I would like to see Storm. I just wouldn't like to see Halle Berry as Storm.
Yes.
So her being dead doesn't make sense to me. It's like I told you, they get rid of all the black characters, dude. So I mean, Storm doesn't have to be dead because Halle Berry would be playing Storm.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Like, she has an integral role from the very beginning in the X-Men. So why would she be dead?
Well, this is that X-Men, the Fox version, jumping over into Doomsday. And supposedly a lot of their teammates are dead. That's why they're not in this movie, her being one of them.
Kill off all the kids and shit. All the people that came like second, third generation X-Men and
so
stuff.
You'd want to see her back.
Not Halle Berry.
But that's the version that we're talking.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
I mean,
stupid.
I'm with you. We should have a good Storm. But
we're having a good Storm now in Connecticut. But
shit, you're damn right.
I don't. But I can't even imagine. I know I would know. It's like when I go shopping, right?
Yeah.
I know what I like when I see it, but I don't know what I like when I'm stepping in the mall.
Okay.
Right. So I can't. I kind of loosely know what I would like to see in a Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Halle Berry is the far left or right of that person.
Yep.
So which means that she's left or right, neither one of them.
Sure.
Right. So I got kind of an idea of what I would like to see, but she's not it. But I would know it when I see it.
Did you like Alexandra Shipp? And
No.
I know you didn't like her as Storm either. No, okay. I didn't mind her as Storm. I think the movie fucking sucked, moose cock and balls.
It was probably more the movie than it was her, but I just didn't know.
Okay. We talked last week about Avengers Secret Wars possibly being split into 2 movies.
Yep.
So they kind of double down on that rumor. It's reported by a few others. And the latest update is they're not going to decide that until they see how successful Doomsday is. And I would say that's a bitch-ass way to look at this. Because you should know that Doomsday is going to be a success. Now, you could argue, well, what about some other but listen, it's Avengers. It's the OGs back. People are fucking dying to see this shit. The views are crazy on social. I think, don't be a little bitch. Just fucking decide to make 2 Secret Wars movies and call it a day.
I think they should make the movie whatever it needs to be based on whether or not you can tell the story in 1 movie or 2 movies.
Right.
Which they should, like, you're right, they should know that now.
Yes.
Not based on some other fucking movie, whether it has some tie-in or not.
Right. So, like, what if Doomsday doesn't do as well as they thought it was going to do? They're going to just cram this all into 1 movie. And then if it does really well, then they're going to tell a full story into 2 movies. Like, it sounds like you're scared.
Right.
It sounds like you're not confident in your product. And it sounds like you're a little bitch, So I don't like it, dude. Don't fucking like it. A movie that I did like last year was Thunderbolts. Probably one of the top, comic movies of the year. I thought it was, and a lot like Wonder Man in that the expectations I had were surpassed. We're talking about Wonder Man later.
Right.
But for me, what I can tell you about Wonder Man right now is it was better than I expected.
Yes, I agree with that.
And we'll get into it. It wasn't perfect, but Thunderbolts, to me, I could say the same exact thing about. It was, matter of fact, it was a lot better than I expected.
Yep.
It was actually really fucking good. There was a scene in the beginning of the movie that some people online, some of you, covered in tattoos, had an issue with. Remember when Taskmaster was gunned down by Ghost.
Yeah.
Like literally like the first fucking minute of the
30 seconds or some shit.
Now, the original plans called for her to become one of the new Avengers, and there was a whole subplot devoted to Taskmaster bonding with Ghost, repeatedly attempting to kill John Walker due to her memory issues. But the director felt like the movie needed some stakes and decided the best way to achieve that was to kill somebody off early on. So, I mean, that makes sense. Like you want us to believe like shit's gonna go down. There's some high stakes in this movie. You kill somebody off early on.
Yeah, but you kill one of the more capable characters off. It would have made sense to kill Ghost off than Taskmaster.
Okay. A lot of people feel, I don't know if they feel that about Ghost, but a lot of people feel what you're saying, that they shouldn't have killed Taskmaster off. Right. There was a whole online, you know how these guys, you know, the restore the Snyderverse, you know, they do all that shit. Yeah. They did a Justice for Taskmaster, you know. Yeah. And they asked, you know, the actress about it. And she says, you know, it means a lot, it touches my heart. I'm very grateful. Oh my God. I didn't expect such a following or the fight they're putting on. It's really sweet of them. Then she went on to say she communicated with the guy who started the whole movement when he was posted on Instagram. She answered him, and now they've been directly in touch. You might want to be careful with that because, listen, if a guy started this whole Justice for Taskmaster, odds are he a little bit, you know. Anyways, and she says that, you know, she thanked him for the support. It was really kind. Okay. Here's my take, bro. My take. I'm glad they fucking killed this bitch off because it was some bootleg ass fucking version of Taskmaster. Get this motherfucker out of here. So I was down with it for that reason. Sure. I see what you're saying. I mean, Taskmaster's a badass character. Right. This version, not so much.
Not so much.
Yes. There's a movie franchise out there called The Fast and the Furious, Adrian. Yes, exactly. This is I mean, I talked about Scream and how it has like, you know, give me a horror film, you know, franchise that has more good movies. Fast and Furious is a up and down fucking franchise, dude. Like, right. I've seen them all. I've seen every Fast and Furious movie. One day I'm going to rank them all. The first one is probably my all-time favorite. Right. Personal favorite. I think the best overall movie was Fast 5. The first one The Rock was in. You know, they're in Brazil. It's turning more into a heist type movie, big action movie, but it still had some street racing core elements. And then we just got ridiculous. Fucking giant airplanes, you know, 13-mile long runways, like just crazy shit, jumping from car to car. All of a sudden, you know, Dominic Toretto's Superman, legit. He's immortal. Like, just crazy shit. Everybody comes back from the dead, even though we've seen them blown up in a damn jet engine. It is wild shit. Wild fucking shit. But good thing is, nothing lasts forever. Okay. The last chapter, Dom Toretto himself, Vin Diesel, announced the release date for the final movie. Final movie's called Fast Forever, ironically. It's going to drop March 17th of 2028, so a couple of years, you know, from now. Louis Leterrier is the one who directed Fast X. He also directed The Transporter. You ever seen that movie? Oh, yeah. That's a good movie. Yes. Jason Statham. Yep. There's a couple of them, but the first one I think was really good. You ever seen a movie Crank with him? We has to keep his heart rate up. Yeah, I don't remember it that much. It's a fucking wacky movie, dude. He has some shit in his heart, and if his heart rate drops, he'll blow up. So, I mean, he just starts fucking this girl. So, kind of like Speed? Kind of, yeah. So, I mean, he's doing everything to keep his heart rate up. There's this scene where he's literally, like, fucking this chick in, like, the middle of, like, I don't know where they are, but it's like a Times Square type area outside to keep his heart rate up, you know? Yeah. So, it's a silly type movie, but Transporter was good. Yeah. It's amazing that someone can direct The Transporter and direct Fast X. Because Fast X was holy shit. Dude. Yeah. That's gotta be, I think that's the worst movie that they have. Like, you remember this, Jason Momoa, this weird villain. Like, what is he like? Non-binary, fucking trans? What is he? I mean, you know what? This dude come out with some crazy shit. I just saw a Saturday Night Live skit where he was playing
the fucking dude that Tom whatever, he got lost on the island.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Oh,
yeah, he
Castaway.
played him coming back. So he shows up like with a shirt all open and shit to his ex-wife. His ex-wife's all like moist over him and shit, with the husband and shit. And they drinking wine. Instead of him just drinking wine, he pours the wine on his face and does this bullshit. I'm like, come on, dog. I mean, how much of that bullshit you got to do?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of actors are Metro, dude. A lot of actors walk that line.
That ain't Metro. Dude.
That's you crossed it.
Yeah, fucking crossed that line. You left Metro in the wake.
Yeah, possibly. All I know is this. In Fast X, he fucking sucked. I know that. And in the Minecraft movie. That movie fucking sucked too. Here's the other thing. A name we mentioned last week. Christina Hodson. She wrote The Flash. Yes. She's writing Batman, Brave and the Bold. Mm-hmm. She also wrote Birds of Prey. She also wrote Bumblebee. Did you ever see the movie Bumblebee? The Transformer movie, but based on Bumblebee. It's.
I saw parts. I didn't see it.
I heard it was okay. I never saw it. But anyways, that guy who directed probably the worst Fast and Furious movie ever released is back, so that's good news, I guess. And then Christina Hodson, who wrote the shitty ass fucking story called The Flash, is writing this. Along with Oren Uziel, so they needed 2 writers. He wrote The Lost City and 22 Jump Street. So, a lot of things that I'm hearing do not sound like they're good for this movie. Now, they've always been big at the box office. I mean, the franchise total, they have 11 movies, and the franchise
is Fast.
Okay. Yep. So of these 11 movies, the total box office for all of these are $7.4 billion. So they make some money, dude.
Sure.
Even Fast X, as bad as that movie was, grossed $715 million globally. Yeah. A shit show of a fucking movie. But, and then they ended like you're just on the bridge. Like he's about to, we think, he's about to kill him something. And you just end right there. Like I'm down with a good cliffhanger, but that was not a good cliffhanger. That was I fucking wasted my time with this stupid fucking movie.
Right.
So who knows? We know that The Rock is going to be back for this. Him and Vin Diesel put their little fucking, pissy fit. They put it aside and they realized that they both, even though they both have massive egos, you could still fit them into a movie together,
What was that about? Was it just the ego thing?
Yeah, it was like a dick measuring contest. God, you said this about me and you're not in charge. I'm more of a movie star than you and I'm a producer and I told him what to do. It's just really weird, stupid fucking shit.
I'm sure Diesel pulled that, I started the movie and blah, 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 blah. And whatever, dude.
And then, as The Rock would say, he injected the franchise with Viagra when he joined it. So, and they both are right.
Sure.
Vin Diesel did start it. Yep. And guess what? When you introduced The Rock, you took that shit to the next level.
Yep.
I will give Vin Diesel credit for this. Do you know the reason why he introduced The Rock? He went on Facebook and asked the fans who they wanted him to be, up against in the movie. Mm-hmm. And a handful of people said The Rock, so he fucking made it happen. I give him credit for that.
I'm not going there. No, I'm going to go there.
Go ahead.
So it's like you're a dude and your girl asks you, you ask your girl what you want. She's like, another dude. He's like, oh, okay. You bring him in and now you're sitting on the sidelines all pissed off and shit. Because you don't know what's about to go down.
Okay.
And then you look worried, Yep. And then something do go down.
Damn.
And then she not answering your text and shit.
Shit. I think I've seen a movie like that online somewhere. It's like, dude, he wanted to, play cuck and didn't like it when it happened. Yeah. He was like, I want to play no more. I want to tap out. And meanwhile, brother, The Rock was laying it down, dude.
Too late.
Yep. So, that's, I'm looking forward to this series ending, to be honest.
I thought it did end. What was it up to now? 11?
Yeah, this will be the 11th. Damn. Not count. Well, if you count the spinoff, the Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Oh, if you count those.
If you count that, this will be 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the Russian submarine and Wonder Woman going to play into this in a way?
Wonder Woman's back, dude. Even though we saw her literally fucking killed
No, you didn't.
Oh no,
you didn't.
I'm sorry.
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
that's right.
You saw her disappear underneath a flaming fucking
engine.
Yes, right?
That
not in it.
Right.
You didn't see blood come out, bones and all that kind of stuff. You just, but she's tough. She's a tough little. She's a tough little 90-pounder.
Exactly.
That she was.
She
back
landed
then.
on. I mean, how fast do planes drive right before they take off?
Well, plane that size, probably 2 and some change, 200 miles an hour. Yep.
So the flame didn't get her. So she must have fell on the ice, by the way, and rolled like perfectly to avoid any impact.
That's how she survived, because if it was ice. So she hit, instead of tumbling, which would have broken bones, she just skidded.
Okay, she slid.
Yeah, she slid.
Okay,
she slid.
She was moonwalking out that motherfucker.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Cypher's back. Charlize Theron, she's in here. I think the thing I'm looking forward is Luke Hobbs, The Rock showing up and whooping fucking Jason Momoa's ass, because tired of fucking seeing him in every fucking movie. So, last piece of news: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a big fan of these 90 movies, the movies from the 90s. The first two, the third one was ridiculous when they went back in time to Japan and all that. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? But the first two, they hold up. The first one a little darker than the second. The second one is going to be released back in the movie theaters. They're pulling to James Cameron, Adrian. But it's because, this will make you feel old. For 1 week, it's going to be back in the movie theaters, March 13th through 19th, for the movie's 35th anniversary, dude. How the fuck is that movie 35 years old? I'm damn near 35 years old. Holy shit.
Damn near.
There's
a difference. There's a difference.
But
and
fuck, dude.
Nothing makes me feel older than my body when I get up in the morning. Dude, ain't no movie gonna make me feel older.
Okay, so I haven't reached that status. That will happen to me soon. But what's cool is it's going to be presented in its newly restored 4K format. So it's cool. The first one was released last year, re-released last year in the same format. I obviously didn't go watch it because I would have told you all about it, but that was pretty cool. But that is our news wrap up today. We're going to wrap, that's our news this week. We're going to wrap up news and rumors with a little bit of thumbs up, thumbs down. The rules are simple here, Adrian. I'm going to recap the news. We're both going to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. People are going to say, you're wrong. You know what you're talking about. That's bad. They're going to say a lot of stupid shit. And then if they say something stupid enough, I may fucking have a crash out on them later in this show. Or not. You never know.
Dude, do your corner breathe. Your car breathing. Breathe in for 5 seconds. Fucking breathe out for 5 seconds.
Oh, little Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Little Wonder Man there. I'm probably not going to do that. But what we are going to do is thumbs up, thumbs down. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Bring up our double wide. Fucking, what's that? What's
cousin
the
fucker?
name? Yeah, cousin fucker. Who's the fucking Kid Rock? Kid Rock. He's big on the double wide and fucking his cousin, because that's what they do. Anyways.
For those Americans.
American halftime show. Bitch, shut the fuck up, you crackhead. No one cares about you. Never mind. Anyways. All right. Ready.
Woosah, baby. Woosah.
Yeah, we've talked about these assholes enough. All right. Marvel is sitting out the Super Bowl ads this year. No Doomsday, no Spider-Man Brand New Day trailers expected, and I actually give that a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
We don't need you, bitch. We need a Super Bowl or fucking Marvel. Know who you are.
Besides, we don't need the distraction from Bad Bunny.
There you go. Bad Bunny's going to kill it. Congrats on the Grammy.
Right?
Congrats on the Grammy, Bad Bunny. First Latin artist to win Album of the Year. Good shit.
Right.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man rumored to be fighting Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, lose his universe in the opening of Doomsday, and then join the Avengers on a mission to bring back his loved ones. I mean, it sounds Disney-esque. Give that a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
It's also rumored that Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom, get ready, fucking jackasses, will wear his mask for most of the movie and has an accent. Why would he do those two things, you ask? Because he's playing Victor Von Doom, crackheads. Damn. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Magneto is rumored to be the MVP of the Avengers Doomsday movie. I give that a thumbs up. Magneto was right. That's all I have to say. Speaking of Magneto, Ian McKellen, Sir Ian McKellen, as they call him, drops a potential spoiler as he says that he did destroy New Jersey the other day when he was reminiscing about Magneto's past moments on screen. He let that slip. He was like, oh my God, I messed up. But I give that a thumbs up,
Sure.
dude. Anytime you're destroying New Jersey, even if it's fictional, great fucking idea.
You know, even if you destroy Jersey, that only adds to the smell. It doesn't take it away.
Oh, shit,
I'm
true.
just saying.
Okay, that's a good point. You're saying they're keeping some of that smell there, you know?
Right.
And no offense to anyone who lives in New Jersey.
Maybe the drones like fucking filter some of this shit.
Whatever happened to those drones?
I don't know, dude.
Who knows? Another rumor is that Loki is going to go pop over and see Steve Rogers in his universe and warn him that the TVA is about to prune that bitch because he went back in time. He got Peggy pregnant. They got a kid. They don't like that. Oh, my God. So he helps them move to another universe, which happens to be the Fantastic Four universe, where these guys never existed. I give that a thumbs down because here's the thing. I know my boy Steve, Adrian. He ain't gonna desert no universe.
Right.
I don't care what the circumstances are.
Try to figure out a way. Because
Exactly.
he can do this all day.
Because he can, and he has. So Peggy must get tired then. But
well, I'm assuming, unless it's not Super Soldier.
Oh,
Peggy,
God, yeah.
Right? But doesn't that sound like the Anunnaki alerting Noah of a pending doom and you need to kind of get out?
Get an arc.
Yeah.
It does sound Anunnaki-ish. If
Right.
you don't know what that is.
Except they were kind of like real specific. Hey, Steve, only you. You know, leave your family, your kids behind.
Right.
No twos for you, dude.
Yep, absolutely. So next, Halle Berry says that she is not in Avengers Doomsday, and a scooper confirmed that that's true unless they change it during reshoots because her character is dead. I guess a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
The less of Halle Berry's Storm we have to see, the better.
But we discussed this a few months ago. We talked about this a few months ago. Why is this even coming back up again? Nobody gives a shit.
Right. Well, there's people that do. They'll make a video. You don't say that about, Halle Berry. You're trying to, marginalize her. No,
I'm not even talking about Halle Berry.
Oh.
I'm talking about Storm. Well, I am talking about Halle Berry.
Yeah.
She already said that she wasn't going to be in the fucking show a couple of months ago.
Right.
Has that changed?
No.
Did they shoot her in the last 2 months?
It. Well, that's kind of what this guy's saying. Unless they do reshoots, she's dead in this universe. So keep her dead in this universe. Marvel Studios rumored to make a decision about whether to split Avengers Secret Wars into two based on the success of Avengers Doomsday. I give that a thumbs down. It's some bitch-ass fucking way.
You should know that already.
Come on.
Whether or not you're going to make
it. You got 1 billion views on a couple teasers. Of course we want to see this shit. Fuck. And maybe they're afraid they're going to fuck it up. Hope they don't.
Who knows?
And then we got, here's a good one. Fast and Furious, Adrian. Vin Diesel announces the release date for the final chapter in this long-ass saga. March 17th, 2028. Fast Forever drops. I actually give this a thumbs up, dude.
I give it a thumbs up too, but it's just not fast enough. I mean, it should be tomorrow so they can get this shit over with. Drop it tomorrow.
Yeah, my thumbs up for a few reasons. One, because I am a fan of this franchise. But where they've been going, let's end this motherfucker, please. I'll save a note I have about ending things. Last piece of news. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2, The Secret of the Ooze, is returning to theaters in 4K for the first time. 35th anniversary, make you feel old as fuck.
Wow.
Give it a thumbs up, dude.
Sure.
Yeah, give it a thumbs up.
Why not?
Here's my thing about Fast and Furious, the ending, okay? So we saw, you did not watch the Stranger Things new season yet. No. You've seen Game of Thrones, though.
Yep.
And you're not a fan of that ending.
No.
I'm not a fan of the Stranger Things ending. And we're going to talk about Wonder Man in a little bit. I think my only, not even an issue, but the thing I liked the least about Wonder Man was the ending.
Right. And it wasn't even the last show. It was like literally the ending, the very last 5 minutes or so of the movie.
Got it. Why is it so hard for these studios that have made amazing content? Why is it so hard for them to end shit properly?
Right.
Because that's a common theme.
Right. Why can't they just say, okay, well, we're just going to run this show until we feel like ending it, and then find an ending point that makes sense, and then end it, as opposed to creating an ending because you suck at it.
Right. They try to go too big. They try to go too, too uncertain. Like, we don't know. Did the person die? Did they not? Oh my God. Like, they're they're afraid to just go balls deep on some of these things.
It's almost like they ended the movie like Simon always trying to like jeopardize his fucking roles in the movies by trying to change everything, you know?
Right. You're doing too much, as they say. So I am excited that they're ending it for a few reasons, but I'm hoping with as bad as Fast X was, they can redeem themselves with Fast Forever. Also, they are one of the most fucking dumbass naming strategies in this franchise. Like, dude, no rhyme or reason. And you go from The Fast and the Furious to Too Fast, Too Furious. The third one is just called Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. The fourth one is just called...
That was horrible.
Yeah. The fourth one is just called Fast and Furious. Mm-hmm. So the first one was The Fast and the Furious. The fourth one is Fast and Furious. Then you get Fast 5. Okay, that makes sense, right? Fast 5. Mm-hmm. Then you have Fast and Furious 6. Then you have Furious 7. Then you have The Fate of the Furious, but in Fate, the letter's 8. Then Fast 9. And then instead of Fast 10, it was just Fast X. Who the fuck, what in the crackhead is naming these motherfuckers?
I think 11 should be furiously fast.
Times 11.
Times 11.
And the last one, the end, is called Fast Forever. Huh? Okay. But speaking of Wonder Man.
Wait a minute. But you know, they probably going to have a reboot.
Spinoff?
No, have they better not have a fucking spinoff. They got enough of these movies. They don't need spinoffs. Probably a tribute to Paul Walker.
That they probably will, and I hope they do.
Yeah.
I hope they do. And not only just a tribute, there's rumors that that character will show up in this. Obviously, Paul Walker's dead, but his brother looks a lot like him. They've used him before. He's also an actor. I'm cool if they do some shit, especially with CGI now. Let's get Brian back in this, dude.
I they're trying to kill off Storm. They won't bring back, Black Panther, T'Challa, but they're gonna resurrect the dead dude.
Hopefully. At some point. I mean, it's only been 9 fucking movies of people asking, shit. So, all right, Wonder Man. We're going to do a little what the fuck Rotten Tomatoes, Adrian. But it's not going to be our traditional way to play because this show has the same score on both the critics, or from the critics and from the audience, okay?
About time.
Yeah, right? Yeah, finally you guys get this shit synced up. So, before we get into our thoughts on the show itself, let me tell you about the scores here. So both critics and audience, the score is 89% for this show. How do I feel about that, you all ask? Dude, I think, to me, 89%, I think that's pretty close, dude. I mean, it's a little high.
You think?
It's not like, Bobby Brown high, but it's like a little high, right? But 89, I don't hate the score. How do you feel about the score?
I think I don't.
You think it's that off?
I don't think it's too high. I think maybe it is, but I'm also saying maybe it is because of the way it ended.
Right.
It was a solid show, and what the score tells me is that the show was real good if it got an 89 from both parties.
Yeah.
Because usually there could be a 20, 30 points difference between the two.
Yep. So I don't hate that score. Let me actually check it in real time. Oh, I'm sorry. It dropped 1% from audience. It's 89 and 88 since I pulled this yesterday. But still, I mean, really good, especially for a Marvel show recently. But forget about the score, because the score don't really mean shit, right? Because we're going to tell you how we feel about it. Yahya, I think is his name. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. As Simon Williams, Wonder Man, I think he knocked it out of the park. I really like his, I gotta imagine, I'm not an actor, believe it or not, Adrian, but for an actor to act like an actor trying to act, I bet that's pretty challenging.
Right.
Right? Because you have to sound like you're acting. But you're acting to sound like you're acting because you're so used to acting to sound like you're not acting, if you're following all that. So I think that's crazy impressive.
Sure.
What I liked about the show, I liked how it didn't feel connected to the rest of the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
It just takes place in the Marvel Universe.
Sure.
There's no like you had to watch, Iron Man 2 and then Wakanda Forever and then, the What If series to understand shit.
Right.
You just dropped into this guy's world.
Mm-hmm.
He's super powered. We don't know why. He's trying to hide it. So you got a little bit of superpower, in there. He's not a superhero yet.
No.
He's just a dude trying to make it in Hollywood. He's a guy, like, this is kind of like some real life shit. Like, he's got these powers. But, dude, based off of what he's seen so far, I mean, you got Iron Man dying, Thanos, all this shit. Do you really want to be fucking around with these powers? Or do you just want to make your shit in Hollywood, dude, and enjoy your life, right? It's kind of like where he's at.
Yeah.
And then the connection to the Marvel Universe was Trevor Slattery. How do you feel about Ben Kingsley's character, Trevor Slattery?
I mean, he's kind of hard to look at, but
okay.
but outside of that, I think he's spot on.
Yeah.
For the character, the acting, this, things like that, for what he's done. I couldn't imagine. Even when they put in, they sent him off to jail in the movie.
Yep.
And then the guy from
Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah, him, when he came in, that just seemed weird.
Yes.
So it was like he was like the perfect guy for Barnaby, but he's also the perfect guy for that point. And it's like, you're right. It must be hard for them to actors pretending, trying to be actors in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's just weird.
Absolutely. And Trevor Slattery is a character that does not exist in the comics. He's one that was created for the MCU, was created in Iron Man 3, which we talked about that before. You were not a fan of the whole Mandarin twist at the time.
No, that pissed me off.
But now, seeing where this character has gone from that movie, we've seen him in Shang-Chi, right? I'm sure there's something else we've seen him in too. He was in, Iron Man 3. He was in a short, All Hail the King. And then he was in, I guess Wonder Man. So just a few different projects here. But I feel like this character got his redemption. Like, he is now a character that I bet a lot of people initially hated, probably fucking like now.
Right, sure.
I mean, great chemistry with Simon, these two actors. I thought that was phenomenal.
I almost took it like this was a love story.
Yeah, it's like a bromance.
Yeah, like a bromance.
Yep, 100%.
And even to the point where he went and deceived this guy that works at the DOC.
Yes.
I'm an actor. You're like, so he can gain entry. I was wondering what the fuck he was doing, right?
Right.
So he can gain entry to this maximum security place to break his boy out. So that's what it was all about. So that was pretty cool.
And it was true to who this character was, because in the beginning, when he was first introduced, the whole reason he played the Mandarin was he was a drug addict looking to make some money, and he happened to be an actor. Now he cleaned up. He is no longer is an addict, so he's got that part, but he's still kind of the same guy, dude. He's just trying to make $1.
Right.
He don't really care who he crosses, who he doesn't.
Right.
But something about Simon, they connected, and it almost, I think, changed him as a person. Like, dude, I can't do that to this guy.
Right.
Like, to your point, it was a bromance. It was good. It was entertaining. Yeah. It's like these two, they're bros, dude. Maybe they're gonna do a podcast and try to be as good as us. They probably can't. But it was, I think it was a well-told story. I like the actor kind of cameos. Like Joe Pantoliano was cool, and the fact that they referred to them as their normal selves, and like talked about their movies and stuff. Like they talked about The Matrix and eating the steak and shit like that, and they tied that in there. I thought that was cool. What'd you think about Doorman?
I thought that was corny as fuck. I mean, in the beginning, it was cool. You had this guy.
Yeah.
He loved what he was doing. He was happy. And then, something, he got into something not of his own doing. And next thing you know, he's thrust in the spotlight. Yeah. And he keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed in these directions. And he doesn't want to be there.
Right.
He's unhappy.
Yep.
And then this final thing that kind of put the nail in the coffin for him was, his boy, the guy that had been showing up all this time, he comes to the club, they dapping, hey, come join me, da-da-da. And now he's just gone.
Right.
Because of him.
Yeah.
But they also didn't say what happened to him either.
Correct.
So I just thought that whole thing was just kind of corny. They could have saved that story, because literally the only purpose that served was to explain why.
The doorman rule.
Yeah, the doorman rule.
Yep.
So it's like in Game of Thrones. The guy was always walking around talking about what the fuck was he saying?
One episode.
The door, something like that.
Yeah.
And come to find out at the very end, when they're being attacked, he's the one holding up the door. That's why he was always saying the door or whatever the fuck he was saying. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. They could have saved that whole episode.
Yeah, I was curious to like, all right, where the fuck is he now?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because to your point, this whole episode's based on him.
Right.
Which I didn't mind. It was a little cheesy, but I mean, I've looked. I never really knew who the fuck Doorman was, but it was pretty true to who he is. That's his power.
Mm-hmm.
He's a portal. You walk through his fucking body. Kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they spent the whole episode on that, and then there was no other connection outside of the Doorman clause, it did feel like filler.
Right.
I didn't hate the episode. It was cool, but when I realized it led to nothing, I'm like, okay, that was a fucking waste.
Right. They could have just explained that in a couple of lines.
Absolutely.
Hey, there was this guy, he ate somebody by,
Yeah. They show Roxxon in here again. That's where he got his powers, the Roxxon dumpster or whatever. That is in the MCU, it's Oil Corporation. You see it in Agent Carter a little bit.
Mm.
But that is in Spider-Man comics, Roxxon's a big deal, dude. It's part of it. I mean, even the Miles comics too. So I'm wondering, how much they will play a factor in the MCU, if any, down the road, because they've always been kind of teased in the back. Like we've seen signs in Iron Man movies, in Daredevil. There's a flashback where a guy who sued a man who developed cancer while working at Roxxon. So they mentioned Roxxon there. So it's always been kind of like teased here and there, but we've never really seen much. This is probably the most impact they've had. Their dumpster is what caused this guy to get these powers. So, what about Roxxon in the comics? What do you know about Roxxon in the comics?
Conglomerate is kind of like Blackwater-ish.
Yeah.
It's just a large company that hides a bunch of shit.
Got it. So who knows what that will play in the future. But
the interesting thing about a Roxxon is that they can be any kind of villain.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Because when you have say you have like a Whiplash, he's got his electrified things, Rhino with the stupid, horn.
Yeah.
Even Magneto with the electromagnetism. Now, Grant, we talked about that, and his magnetic power spans different types of energy. Mm-hmm. We only see the magnet part. Right. But Roxxon could be anything. So all the corporations, Roxxon, Oscorp, Luthor Corp, these entities can be any kind of villain with any kind of power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which almost makes it more intriguing that they keep teasing Roxxon here and there, but we really don't know what the fuck they're doing in the MCU.
Or they've been known for giving people powers too, like the fucking oil spill. Right?
Yeah. Yep. So who knows? What I did like about the end was how Trevor took the blame, the way he went about it. I thought it was cool that he doubled down on the Mandarin character and basically played the Mandarin again to get caught. Almost like, hey, I wasn't just acting, I am the Mandarin.
Right.
And took the fall. And it also goes to show you, I think, some of the issues with criminal investigations and law enforcement in general is they're not really worried about who did it. They're just worried about charging somebody.
Well, in this case, this guy, so he gave so much evidence that he couldn't really dispute. He didn't want him.
Right.
Right. So it's not that like he took him because he wanted to take him. He took him because he couldn't dispute the evidence.
Yes.
He really already had his target. That's what he was going after. So in this particular case, he took the win because he couldn't prove otherwise.
Right. He had no choice. So. Yeah. But it just makes that loose connection of like, dude, a lot of times like, hey, say you killed this guy versus me trying to find the actual, because then it's solved. I don't know if I can deal with it anymore.
Hey, let's just get a confession. We don't give a fuck who really
correct.
Did,
Yep. So, but I thought this was a fun show. I thought they showed really good, like just really good writing too. The character arcs, Simon going from the guy who was his own worst enemy in Hollywood, talking himself out of roles, to tapping into himself more and then becoming this, movie star with the help of Trevor. So it was like Trevor was there just to basically lure this guy in and capture him for the Department of Damage Control. But he ended up being the one to help him kind of find who he really was to propel to being a movie star, which I thought was really cool. And then the guy who was was helping them track down Simon to free himself, ended up giving himself up to help this guy who became his friend. So I thought it was really well written. It was a fun show, entertaining. And I do like, one of the other big strengths for me was the insight to the movie industry. I thought they did a good job there. The creation of movies, how that looks, the casting. I thought that was cool. That it was more of a show. We heard this in rumors before it came out. It was a show that almost paid homage, what was, really painted, gave you some insight and appreciation to Hollywood in general, which I thought was cool.
I also like I call it the inside dialogue. Like what happens around movies, how people are connected, the things they worry about, the things that can go from here and instantly end up over here that can affect your career, shit like that. And then this dude worrying about, he wasn't so much worried about his powers, I think, being exposed as he was what his brother was going to say about him. Now, granted, he was afraid that his brother might say something about his powers, but he was just more in general worried about what his brother was going to say that was going to fuck him.
Right.
Like he was a shitty brother.
His
he
brother
caused
was
a
pissing
fire.
me off, dude.
There's that.
You fucking little hating ass bitch. Then you want to come out, I love your movie. I'm like, fuck you, bro. Eat a bag of dicks.
Hey.
But hey, I guess everyone treats their brothers differently, right?
There's that.
But yeah, all in all, dude, I enjoyed it. My only downs would be, I think, how the Doorman episode led to almost nothing. I thought it was a good episode, but I just wish we would have seen Doorman again or something.
Right.
And the ending definitely is as awesome as that twist was, where, he's waiting at home expecting for them to come scoop him up. And then Trevor takes the blame, and they just need the prisoners to justify, doing this whole thing. So they fucking bring him in. And then how just easily he just pops in and fucking breaks him out. And that's the end. It just felt like it kind of ended a little bit flat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I saw this comment, someone on one of the videos, they said that the same way Marvel looked at the movie industry in this show, and even though it was based on Wonder Man, that was the focus, it would be cool if they did the same thing for the music industry in a show about Dazzler. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that. So whatever one of y'all interns said that, good idea. And no, I don't remember who the fuck it was, but I mean, it's hard. There's a lot of you guys. It's a good problem to have. When we started, I knew all of our we had 4 people that commented every week. Now it's like there's a lot, which is great, but it's hard to keep track of everyone.
Well, we're not going to get too far from Wonder Man because spoiler is going to be the hidden gem. Because there's some key things I want to kind of highlight. In the TV version versus, and I love the way they started out, because we always wonder why is this white dude in this movie that they were going to remake, but they highlighting this black dude, right? And I thought they did that really well. But I want to discuss, that version, the one that we grew up with versus what they've done now. I think is pretty interesting.
And the last thing I want to talk about with Wonder Man is the race swap. It didn't bother me. Did it bother you?
No. Because like you said, I mean, he's one of those characters that's rather obscure.
Yes.
So nobody really knows who he is. Right. But he is an awesome character.
Yeah. And I also, you as my man would say,
my God, read the room.
You got to read the room. You got to know what reality we're living in, right? We're living in a reality where race swapping is very normal on screen. You can be against it. I'm not a big fan of it.
No.
But this is where we live, right? So it's going to happen.
Right.
So I can either be upset about every race swap, or I can be selective, and that's what I'm going to do.
Sure.
This one doesn't bother me for a couple reasons. One, I was never a big Wonder Man fan. Like you said, he's kind of just a, obscure character. And the race had nothing to do with the character.
Correct.
He could have been any race.
Right.
It's like you don't race swap T'Challa because race is a big part of the character. Don't make Shang-Chi fucking Egyptian or something. It's just, it's a part of the character. But if you have to, I mean, this dude played an amazing Simon. This I believe is probably one of those where it was like, dude, this is the best actor for this based off of who we had audition, and let's cast him.
And the thing about it is that, the whole point of Hidden Gems is, one of the things about Hidden Gems is that, hey, Hollywood, there are people out there that can fucking act. Bring them out. Stop. Right. I mean, imagine if they would have brought Denzel into this shit to be Wonder Man, right? Because he's popular or whatever. Right. This guy's relatively unknown. I mean, at least I think I've seen him once.
He's an Aquaman.
Or that.
Yeah.
As the
Snyderverse.
No,
the
Black Manta.
Yes.
So, damn, that seemed like that was a long time ago.
Tell you we're getting old, Adrian.
Right.
We're the unks.
But so there's these people that's there that can do these jobs. Stop bringing out these old heads and shit. Right. Just because, they want to play a superhero now. Yeah. Because they can't do it, work in it anywhere else.
So moving on. Well, let us know what you think about Wonder Man in the comments. I did go live. We were traveling for work, Adrian, which fucking takes up a lot of time of our lives. But I did go live from my hotel room for a little bit. So far, the interns that hopped on seem to be pretty universally liking to loving Wonder Man. There's a couple people that didn't, but it was more liked than not. So, but definitely drop us a comment. Let us know. Did you like Wonder Man? If not, why not? The fuck is wrong with you? But we are getting back on the road to Doomsday, Adrian. So last week, our homework assignment was The Incredible Hulk. This is a movie that it's kind of like an orphan movie by the MCU. They tried to forget about this movie for a long time. And the reason why they did, I think it had a lot to do with Edward Norton. Now, I also talked to someone who someone I may be getting on mic check in a few weeks, a voice actor from, he actually has a movie out called, he's in that new movie, David, the animated movie about David and Goliath just dropped. Anyways, but I had asked, some questions about this Mark Ruffalo situation, because we've not confirmed that he's been fired. It's rumored. But what this individual shared with me was that actors, a lot of them have contracts, right?
Right.
They're independent contractors, but especially at the Marvel level, these big studios, there's things they can and cannot say on red carpets. They've agreed to not say. Now, I have no insight to Mark Ruffalo's situation, but because I was against him being fired for his comments. But if you signed something saying that you would not make comments like that, and you did, then you probably should be fired.
Well, I mean, the fact that Apple and every other tech company, rapes you while you're sleeping and shit through your phone, because in order to use the phone, you have to consent to this fucking thing that you didn't read.
Correct.
They know you're not going to read it, yet they have all the authority and they can use that against you in this court of law land, right? So if your whole career, if your whole life is about acting, you probably don't even read the contract. You probably have an agent,
Oh, you're saying he may not even know that he's not. Okay.
Right. He's been in it for so long, he thinks certain things don't apply to him.
Yeah.
Right. So you go around and just, at some point you fucking pull a De Niro,
Right. Or he maybe he just don't give a fuck.
Or that.
Fire me, go ahead, dude. I got plenty of money and I'll be acting somewhere else.
Yeah, not really, because that shit taints you because the next studio would be like, I don't know if I want this Ruffalo guy. He might just, fucking come out of left field with some nonsense.
Yeah. So I guess what do I say all that to say? I don't know any more than I knew last week. But I have heard the rumor again that he's been fired.
Really?
Yes. Now, if he was fired.
Different source or the same source?
Different source.
Okay.
But if he was fired, we should bring Edward Norton back.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Dude, after watching this movie again, first of all, it's nowhere near as bad as most people make it out to be. Now, let me give you some context here. It was released in June of 2008, 6 weeks after Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie obviously doesn't hold the candle to Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie is one of the best MCU movies, period.
Yep.
But this was not a bad movie. It takes place in 2010. It takes place in that whole, Nick Fury week, right around Iron Man 2, this movie, and then the Thor movie, which is next week's watch, takes place literally within the same week. The budget for this movie is $150 million. The box office was $264 million. So, I mean, even if Marvel takes half of those proceeds, they lost money, dude. This was a fucking flop and a half, dude. Edward Norton, what happened? So, as we've talked about this before, he's been, quoted as being difficult. But let me tell you what I found, Adrian. He signed on. His contract stated he would only sign if he could rewrite the script. So Zach Penn wrote the original script, but Norton, in his contract, said he could rewrite the script.
Wait a minute, say that again?
Zach Penn wrote the original script.
Okay.
Edward Norton signed, and one of his stipulations was he could rewrite the script if he wanted to.
Damn, you know how powerful that is?
Yeah.
And how disruptive that is?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you, as a director, agree to that?
Thank you.
To allow the actor to rewrite your whole movie if he want to.
Now, I don't even know that the director had a say. I'm assuming this would be Marvel agreeing to this, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
somebody
who
has some kind of authority agreed to some dumb shit.
Somebody who also probably would have to answer for the movie not performing well.
Right.
So a lot of risk to get this guy in it. Now, as much as I'm saying I'd like to see him back as Bruce Banner, he ain't the only motherfucker that could have played Bruce Banner.
No, there's plenty of skinny fucking geeks out there that can play Bruce Banner.
Right. Yep. So that was part of his agreement. He wanted this to be a dark psychological drama like the show from the 70s. You remember the 70s show, Lou Ferrigno, right? Which we're going to talk about Hulk on other stuff in more depth, and we're going to touch on that show a little bit. Marvel, so they edited this. So here's what they said, yes, you can rewrite it. He rewrote it. Marvel wanted a tighter 112-minute action movie. Norton wanted a 135-minute character study. Marvel won. Then Kevin Feige made a statement. He says, we have decided not to bring Ed Norton back. We need an actor who embodies the creativity and the collaborative spirit of our other talented cast members. Dude, that's a very politically correct way to say this motherfucker's an asshole and he ain't nothing like the other people.
Right.
It's a nice way to say, fuck you, bro.
Right. But if that's the way he was, then yeah, fuck you. Get out.
But you gave him free reign.
It's like we was talking about earlier. Don't you interview people before when they come up on your shit? Didn't you know he was a dick before then? Right.
It's like the podcast guy. He's a podcast enthusiast, and this guy says he hates him, and you're agreeing with him because you're a fucking dumbass.
Right.
You should have known that before you got on.
I mean, look at Norton's movies. Most of his movies, he's a dick, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that kind of shows, kind of tells about his personality.
Yeah. So, but what I would say is, despite all that, I did like his Bruce Banner a lot more than Mark Ruffalo's.
It made sense because Bruce Banner is a lab coat.
Yes.
He's literally a coat hanger, walking around with clothes on, hanging off of him. He's a nerd. I mean, Ruffalo's a fucking pumpkin head. He should have played in The Hills Have Eyes or some shit.
And Hulk is a dark story when you really think about it.
Yeah, but so the 80s TV version was like deep.
No, we're older, bro. It was 70s.
I mean, whatever. 70s. You're right, 70s. Yeah. There was some deep psychological shit going on. I mean, it kind of gets old, but so you got this, but you should have had some Hulk smash in there too.
Yes.
You can't have too much of the sulking and oh my God, and the walking down the highway by myself and all that kind of bullshit. Yes. So I kind of get it, but still you could have had some, Hulk smash in there.
So anyways, that's the T, as they say. But let's talk about the origins here. So because Hulk is much different in the comics from an origin standpoint. In the comics, he was a gamma bomb creator. He got his powers from a gamma bomb test in the desert.
Yep.
A teenager named Rick Jones drives his car onto the test site because he was dared, right? You fucking dumbass teenager. Bruce runs out to try to save him. He throws him in a trench and he gets hit by a blast. It's a tragedy, oh my God. But he, sacrificed himself, and that's how he gets his powers. We're going to dig into a lot more of that on other stuff because there's a lot more to that. It was, the gamma didn't necessarily give him his powers. It activated something that was already in him from his childhood trauma. As in that was stuff that was probably retcon and add later on. Anyways, MCU origin was a lab experiment at Culver University. Bruce is working with Thunderbolt Ross, not the Harrison Ford one, the other one. He believes that he's working on a radiation resistance program for soldiers, right? It makes sense. You're at war, weapons, radiation. If we can figure out a way where our bodies can resist radiation, that would probably change war, right?
Sure.
And he's an army general at this point, General Ross. Really what Ross was doing was he was tricking him into recreating the super soldier serum. Bruce believes in this so much that he tests it on himself. This is all stuff that we see in the flashbacks in the beginning of the movie, but these are things that I think with the Edward Norton version, we probably would have seen more fleshed out. That probably would have made this a better movie.
Yeah.
What does it do? It ties everything back to the person that I said was the main character of the MCU, Steve Rogers, because he's the only one that has the real super soldier serum. And we've seen how many times in the MCU alone they try to recreate this? A bunch. And we see that in this movie. So that's what happens. He tested on himself. You get this big old explosion, radiation, whatever, turns him into the motherfucking Hulk.
What about the Eric Bana?
I don't know how that one got the power. Do you know his origin? I don't know how he got his.
I think his was like a lab accident too. He got like caught in a fucking cyclotron.
That was one like his dad, and he was tied to the dad. The dad was like the one who fucking did something.
It did something to him as a child. Did on him as a child, and the fucking gammas activated or whatever.
Yes. So in this one, Bruce, the misconception is that Bruce got hit by the radiation. That's why he turned into the Hulk. Well, that's not the whole thing. He injected himself with the serum first. It's like a primer. And then, so let's go to Captain America real quick. He was injected with the serum. And then it wasn't the serum itself. They had to activate this while he was injected with Vita rays. Something that's made up. It's from the but it's something that activates. It's like a fake magic light that locks on and activates the serum. They didn't have these Vita rays. So the idea here was use the serum and use gamma radiation to activate it.
Right.
Which was the wrong stabilizer. And that's why you got this reaction. They also did something similar for Abomination, which we'll talk more about, but he had the old 1940s serum because there was a scene where Ross goes into the fridge, right? And it's the Stark and it's the old shit, but it was that plus Hulk blood that turned him into the Abomination. So that was whole, different. Now in real life, Vita rays don't exist. Gamma does, but it would just melt your DNA and kill you. It would not turn you into the Hulk or activate any fucking thing in you. Some of these other the Norton cut, like the Snyder cut. How about release the fucking Norton cut? How about we do that,
Because they probably can't.
Yeah, true.
It's probably better than their shit and they'd be embarrassed. That'd be something.
Right? I bet it would be. So there's a scene that was cut where Bruce is in the Arctic. He puts a gun in his mouth, tries to off himself, and Hulk spits out the bullet, which is referenced in Avengers. Right. Remember this?
Yep.
There's also a part where he smashes the ice and you can see Captain America's shield frozen in the block. There's extended scenes of Bruce when he's in Brazil being alone, talking to a stray dog because it's too dangerous to talk to humans. So they kind of paint this like loner, painful existence, which would make more sense, right? Like if you're like, think about this. If you get too mad, you turn into a giant green fucking rage monster and have no control. Right. You're going to try to avoid all types of human contact.
I would.
Right?
I mean, you know.
And that would then cause probably some other issues, right? You might end up fucking depressed. You're fucking lonely. Oh my God, no one wants to talk to me. But that's that psychological drama that Edward Norton wanted. And Marvel was just like, we want you to turn into Hulk and smash it, bro. We need action.
Right.
So I do think the movie suffered for a couple of reasons. One, they gave him control and then tried to take it away.
Right.
And that's why it feels like a fucking uneven movie at times. There's connections to, you know, later Marvel movies, some that took years, you know, the Captain America connection.
Right.
There's a scene in the end when Tony walks into the bar and tells Ross that we're putting a team together. At that point, it kind of made it seem like they wanted Hulk to be an Avenger, but they kind of changed their mind on that because if you remember in the first Avengers, which we'll get to in a couple of weeks, they weren't down with the Hulk.
Right.
They just wanted Banner. You know, Samuel Stearns, who becomes the leader, he gets the Hulk blood in his brain, which then he turns into that fucking retarded looking leader that we saw in Captain America 4. And then Thunderbolt Ross eventually becomes Red Hulk. You know, obviously the actor passed and they recasted him with Harrison Ford. So those are all, you know, because of this movie, right? Now, Norton's Hulk, different looking too. He was more lean than Banner's Hulk. They treated him like a monster in this movie. If you remember early on when they're in Brazil, you see him like in the dark, you see him grabbing people and fucking them up, but you don't see him front and center with like a whole visual. They treated him like a horror monster almost.
Right. But there was Ross though, right?
No, I'm talking about Hulk. That was Norton.
Oh, I mean the college scene, the campus scene.
Yeah.
That was Ross.
Yeah, that was Ross.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm talking about before that.
Oh, okay.
When they were in Brazil. And when they're trying to find him, Ross is there too.
Yeah.
But he's still like in the shadow. They're fighting in the factory and you kind of see him in the distance. Like they treated him like a monster. But yes, the scene you're talking about is probably one of the highlights of this movie.
Yeah.
When they're back to the campus and they got Banner tied up in the little breezeway and they pop in the fucking, you know, smoke and you see the big hand. Dude, and he comes out and wrecks shit.
Yeah.
That's a badass scene.
Yeah.
So I would tell you there is some really good action in this. Again, it leads to Captain America 4 because of the connection to Samuel Stearns, who becomes, what's his name? The leader. That was just ridiculous. That was,
oh my God. The guy was just weird to begin with, and then they made him look like, I don't know, he had like fucking pussy pustules on his head or something instead of the leader. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. We mentioned the serum that Ross gives to Blonsky, who becomes the Abomination. The label says Dr. Reinstein, which was actually a code name for Dr. Erskine, who created the serum for, you know, Cap. So he does actually get a frozen real serum, but because they mix it with the Hulk blood, that's why he turned into that fucking Abomination.
Right.
Couple other cameos. So there's a computer nerd played by Martin Starr. When Norton shows up and he delivers the pizza to try to get into the campus, two things there. One, the security guard's Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
This guy, Martin Starr, also plays Mr. Harrington in the Spider-Man Homecoming movies. And they actually retroactively confirmed that it's the same guy. So this guy was at this college getting his degree. He's a young kid and later becomes a teacher for Peter Parker. So pretty cool connection there.
Yep.
The purple pants. Remember when Bruce is buying the clothes on the street? He gets the big giant purple pants, you know, in reference to how his, you know, he looked in the comics, classic look. We already talked about the Tony Stark tie-in. But all in all, after rewatching this movie, some really cool action scenes. Edward Norton, a much better Bruce Banner, in my opinion.
Yep.
The fight with Abomination at the end was a lot of fun, too. Two giant fucking monsters just wrecking shit, wrecking Harlem. Abomination is stronger than Hulk.
Yes.
So he did whoop his ass probably 70% of that fight. And then, of course, he sees, good old Betty Ross, and he gets in his little feels and he fucking chokes him almost to death. But I do a fun rewatch. I like this movie more. It's like I said about a lot of these movies, like them more now on this rewatch. But I think this movie gets way too much shit. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Yeah. So for the Road to Doomsday, this week, it was the Incredible Hulk. Next week, Adrian, we're going to motherfucking Asgard. Thor with the hammer, the first movie. Fun movie. Fights the Destroyer down here on Earth. He meets Jane, a lot of shit. And then that is going to lead right into the Avengers next week. So next movie, Road to Doomsday, Thor. Make sure you watch it. All right, so that was the next step on the road to Doomsday. Now the road to Secret Wars, our comic reader. Read a comic. It's where you can read a comic, Adrian. You can do it. So this past week, we actually read 5 comics. So I lied to everyone. I said we were going to do no more than 4. But the way the numbers worked out, we did 5. Or maybe just do 4. You can skip one if you want. But we are in Civil War, Adrian. This is a great event. So this past week, our homework was Civil War number 1. New Avengers number 21, Amazing Spider-Man number 532, Civil War number 2, and then Amazing Spider-Man number 533. And the Spider-Man and the New Avengers all take place within this event. This was a Marvel-wide event. Most of their stories that they were running at the time all tied into this. So there's Wolverine stories, there's X-Men, it's Fantastic Four that are all Civil War based. We're going to focus more on Civil War, New Avengers, and Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm going to go through what happens in each before we actually look at the art because, Gemini told me that not everybody fucking watches this dumbass, so maybe you should talk about it, So I was like, whatever you say, boss. Civil War, number 1. Dude, this is a comic where shit gets real. It opens up with the New Warriors, a reality TV teen team. Say that fast.
Right.
Namorita is part of this team.
Right.
Nitro's part of this team.
Which they also fucked up in Black Panther 2, Namorita.
Oh, yeah. She's just like a nobody, right?
Right.
Ironically, dude, they're in Stamford, Connecticut. So they're trying to take down some C-list villains. It's a reality TV show. They're way out of their fucking league. So they storm into this house. And then Nitro, he gets caught. He doesn't want to go to jail. So what does he do? He detonates himself. Blows up, which then now I don't know how much everybody knows about Nitro's powers. It doesn't kill him. It just fucking makes a big ass explosion. Here's what happened though. He fucked up big time. 600 civilians dead, 60 children out of elementary school. We're going to show you the art before we move on, but this is, it's fucked up, dude. Cap and Iron Man walking through the ash. It literally was explicitly designed to evoke 9/11 imagery. Okay, this is a disaster. Ain't no superhero fight. Miriam Sharp, she's a character that we see kind of a version of in the Civil War Captain America movie. She actually spits on Tony Stark because her kid died at the school. She blames Tony, and this is the catalyst for Tony to realize that, dude, this kind of Wild West days of, superheroing is over. They're pushing for the Registration Act already, and this was kind of that thing that got him over the hump, right? And then S.H.I.E.L.D. I've been saying this the past few weeks that Maria Hill in the comics is kind of a bitch. I've said this. She, on a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, she demands that Cap lead a Cape Killer squad to hunt down unregistered heroes, and he obviously is not about that. No. So then we have New Avengers 21. We see the Stanford explosion from the perspective of the heroes watching it on TV. So it's all happening at the same time. We see the bond between Steve and Sam Wilson here, where, everyone else is arguing about the politics and Sam's just kind of like, yo, where do we go from here now? Like, I'm on your side. A lot like what we've seen in the MCU. Whatever you say, bro, I'm with you, but tell me what to do. And we see the efficiency of these Cape Killer squads. Like, dude, it's kind of eerie. It resembles a lot of the shit we're seeing like in real life right now, like some ICE type shit. Like, bro, they're showing up to take down these motherfuckers. Then in the Amazing Spider-Man 532, called The Ultimatum. In this comic, the Registration Act passes. Now, Tony tells Peter, and here's the Registration Act. The government, if you are superpowered, you have to register with the government. And then you will literally be employed by the government. You will do what they tell you to do.
Right.
But in order to register, if you are masked, you have to unmask, and they need to know who you are. So Tony's thing is to Peter, you have to unmask. If you don't, I can't protect you. So Peter's fucked up, dude. He's talking to MJ, Aunt May, like, oh my God, what should I do? And Aunt May is actually the one who convinces him, because she tells him if he believes in Tony and the law, he should stand by it proudly. Which, if you know what happens later on in One More Day, she pretty much is signing her own death warrant. But, so, Peter's like, dude, he's fucking anxious as hell. He don't know what to do. Oh my God. Then, Civil War II. Government starts hunting down heroes. Immediately, we see heroes getting arrested just for trying to help people. You're out trying to save someone, but you're not registered. They snatch you up.
It's like black people.
Yeah, or it's like ICE right now.
Or that.
And it shows how quickly society turns on them. You're going to see, these protests. They're no longer saviors. They're unregistered weapons. And the whole pitch is, well, if a pilot has to register, a cab driver has to register, why doesn't a superhero have to register?
That is nothing I like.
Right.
Absolutely nothing I like.
Just like politics, though, right? They
Right.
just say some bullshit and a bunch of people fucking, jump aboard. So in Civil War II, there's the press conference at the end. Spider-Man walks up to the podium. He takes off his mask. He tells everyone he's Peter Parker. I've been Spider-Man since I was 15 years old. And it becomes front page news everywhere. Then we see the fallout in Amazing Spider-Man 533, the reaction to everyone finding out that Peter is Spider-Man. J. Jonah Jameson
goes ape shit.
He faints. He literally faints. He doesn't scream. He fucking faints. Then he wakes up and he realizes that he treated this kid like shit for years, but he was actually the hero that he hated. He doesn't forgive Peter. He then sues him for fraud for selling pictures of himself.
Classic,
right? Yep,
Jonah,
that's
boy.
fucking Jonah, dude. And then, now, that's some shit, dude. Right?
It's like, we can't get you on fucking murder and robbery and all this other kind of bullshit. We're just going to get you on tax evasion.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, why go after him at all?
Oh my God, dude. It's fucking crazy. So that is, that's the rundown. Let's go through. So like I said, do a little different this week. All right. We got Civil War. We got issue 1. Here you go. This is them showing up to the house. You see the Reality Crew TV show. They're popping in. They think they're going to stop someone. You got Namorita there. You got a few other fucking, nobodies. And then they realized pretty soon, like, oh shit, dude, we're in over our head. And, the big fight breaks loose. Namorita's fucking up, what's his name here? Nitro a little bit. And what does he do? Blows everything out, dude. And look at this imagery. I mean, you get the kids playing here. Right. It's pretty fucked, right? And then this scene, this here with, let's do a little. So you got Goliath in the back, and this is the aftermath, dude. This is the crime scene. I mean, everything's just demolished. There were some survivors, but not many. Like we said, 600 people died, 60 children. And that's what sent everyone over the edge. And even, look at this, the Sentinels are there watching them. Like, they're trying to help. And you got the Sentinels there fucking hovering over them, because why not? As you can see, She-Hulk's on TV getting questioned. There's the funeral. There's the mom that spits on Tony. Oh, here's a kind of fucked up scene. You got Human Torch. He's showing up to the club, of course, right? And then he gets attacked, and they're calling him a baby killer. So literally, the whole world goes from supporting everybody to fuck you, motherfuckers.
Dude, I mean, everybody's got their idea of righteousness, for Americans.
Right.
And they see something like that, they just jump on, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, now they did a good job of like pounding the reason why they did kill a bunch of kids. Now, not these guys, but it's like society. They ball you all into one, right? Oh, these superpowered people did this, so now fuck all of y'all.
Right.
So yeah, I mean they're all heroes are struggling because now they're calling for them to be arrested. You can see Spider-Man in your favorite Iron Spider suit, Adrian. Now the Fantastic Four are on the side of Tony. Number one, because Reed's glazing Tony.
Sure.
But also they're like, we've been out in the open the whole time. Like, what's the big deal?
Right.
To them. But obviously for someone like Spider-Man, you understand the big, and that's his thing. Like, dude, I'm putting my family at risk. Like, y'all are all the Fantastic Four. You're not really putting you're all superpowered. Aunt May and MJ ain't superpowered, dude.
Right. No, and nor do they have the experience of dealing with all this bullshit. You fuckers over there been in black holes and fucking inside the suns and shit. And on May, she's made some flapjacks.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't put them on the same pedestal here.
Right. So Cap's over here talking to Maria Hill, the stupid bitch.
You hate this chick.
I do, man. I do. So she's asking him about what's going on, who's opposing them. He's like, there's a meeting at the Baxter building right now. So this part, how many rebels do we estimate? And he says a lot. And he majors. He goes, a few, but mostly the heroes who work close to the streets, like Daredevil and Luke Cage. This bitch goes, so nobody you can't handle? Like, you think he's Homelander? You're just going to send him out there? And he's like, excuse me, bitch? I added the bitch in, and she goes, you heard. And he basically tells her, like, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit. What happens then? All these, these superhero police there then pull their fucking guns on Cap. He tells them to, put your shit down. And she's like, no, you ain't in charge, bro. They got tranquilizers. They're not trying to kill him, just trying to fucking knock him out. They start shooting at him. And of course, though, Cap fucks shit up here, dude.
Right.
He uses one of them as a tranquilizer shield. And you can see, dude, he's pissed. He is wrecking shit. All these guys. And then he just jumps the fuck out of the helicarrier because he's Cap.
Why not?
Why not? Jumps onto a plane, smashes the fucking cockpit open. And then you got your boy, the Watcher, Adrian. He's there. And they're kind of like, what is Strange says, his presence does not bode well. Like, he only comes around when shit's about to go down.
Because he's supposed to watch. He's the universal peeping Tom. But he breaks his own rules and just shows up. Just by him showing up at a place means that he's gone beyond his boundaries of what he's supposed to be doing.
Yes. Now, Strange says he only appears to record moments of great change and enormous upheaval. Well, this is fucking what's going on right now.
If I saw a 30-foot glowing, bald-headed ass alien and shit, I would be like,
something's going on here, dude. Yeah, something's wrong. And then, as you can see, the protesters, they're not happy about the whole shit. And Iron Man says, leave Cap to us. So you start to see the divide. Here's New Avengers 21. This is where you see the kind of the hero standpoint of, them. And here's the hero standpoint of, these guys fucking sneaking up on Cap. So we see him whip everybody's ass. Kind of some continuity issues here because he doesn't have his costume on here. And, But this issue, he is. This issue shows the connection, almost the I don't even want to call it a bromance, just the camaraderie, the trust between Falcon and Steve. Pretty awesome relationship between these two. So you see a lot of that. And then look at Sentry's Tower. You got Spidey in the back. So we don't need to belabor that one. Amazing Spider-Man 532. This is where he talks about needing help with his decision because Tony kind of put it on him. Like, not kind of like, dude, if you want to be down, you're going to have to do this. It's kind of fucked up spot to put him in. And we'll find out soon if this was the right decision or not. But it probably wasn't. Let's just put it that way.
Doesn't
feel right. But he's got him in kind of a tough spot. He's got no money because he like checked his bank account and stuff. He's got no money. And if he doesn't align with Tony, he's going to be a fugitive. And then he's fucked. So he's really in a really bad spot. It's him calling. All of his everything he owns is $11,000 right now. And he's like, I really can't do much with that.
And Jonah's getting that.
Yep, Jonah's getting that anyways because he sued him. And this is where, Aunt May basically convinces him to go through with it. Again, that may come back to bite her later. She gives him the old Spider-Man, costume because you want to wear this when you demask.
Sure.
This is him getting ready for the press conference, and then that issue ends. Then we get to Civil War 2. You got some villains being chained up here. Cap's going underground. Maria's still being a stupid bitch. I mean, it's, you know how it is, dude. And then it's all over the news. Registration Act's passed. Cap goes into hiding. Tony Stark's now back in superhero reform. And Stark is guilt driven, right, in the comics in general. And that kind of speaks to why he aligns where he does, because he feels so guilty for these kids dying and dealing with one of the moms directly that it's fucking with his conscience. So he's like, you know what, I need to back this, right or wrong. I mean, I'm falling on Cap's side in this, just like I did in the movie, but I get, why Tony thinks it's right. But as you can see, dude, it's a big deal. You got, what's his name, Patriot here. So he's trying to help someone and he gets fucking zapped. Because why not? It's like, y'all are making shit worse, dude. They fucked him up pretty bad. And then they capture him. So you see a lot of heroes being snatched up by Patrol. You see Cap and his crew on the run. So there's a whole resistance being formed here. And I think that's the big thing about this is, where does everybody fall, right? Which seems to be the theme in a lot of these big events, like even the House of M and all that. It's like, what side was everybody on? You got the same thing going here. You got Sue visiting her brother, who they really fucked up pretty bad.
Johnny?
Yep. And then here you go. The big moment, one of the big twists here, where Peter reveals to the world who he is. Here you go, Jameson over there passing out. Any questions? Yeah, we got a lot of fucking questions, motherfucker. And then this is picks up right where that left off. This is part 2 of 6 of the Amazing Spider-Man in the Civil War era. And you can see shit hitting the fan, dude. Jameson's pissed. He then sues him. Tony, obviously is all down with it. And I think Peter's still kind of second guessing it throughout. He's talking to Reed, talking to Aunt May. So this shit sets up a lot, dude. What we got here is a little shirt cocking looking motherfucker, but it's not him. Yeah. But dude, and he's hitting this realization that all of these motherfuckers now know who I am.
Right.
Like all these villains, dude. Look at these guys. Electro, some guy looks like the Mad Hatter, Shocker. You got, Lizard over there, Black Cat. You got even the people, that were on his team that are now against him.
Right.
It's pretty fucking risky, dude. And you got, they already tried to attempt right here. The dude tried to kill him. Now that he knows who he is. So he's in a pretty bad spot. And then it obviously sets up for next week. So that was this week. Great kickoff to Civil War. Oh, y'all don't want to see that. Great kickoff to Civil War. That was this past week. Next week, you asked, what are we reading? Well, we're calling this The Casualties of War. All dramatic. The Turning Point, not like the organization that's doing the halftime show. This is Civil War 3. We're going to start with. I'm not even going to say anything because there's a lot of fucking awesome shit that happens in these next. So I don't want to spoil any of it. I'm just telling you what we're going to read. Civil War 3 and 4. And then Amazing Spider-Man 534. And New Avengers number 22. Let's just say Peter starts to learn that maybe Tony's not telling him the full truth. Maybe. Is that shocking to you, Adrian?
I mean, there are similarities between he and Doom, right? We got the whole agenda thing, and when I have an agenda, I want you to believe what I say.
Correct. And they look alike. No, they don't.
No.
If you're stupid, they look alike.
No, they don't look alike. They're twins.
Yeah, they're twins. And then the New Avengers street level, you got, you're dealing with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. And then it's kind of an emotional issue, but you also you learn why Luke eventually becomes the leader of the New Avengers in the next era. So they set that up. So that's next week. The following week will be Amazing Spider-Man 535, 536, Civil War 5 and 6. The week after that will be the last week of Civil War. Civil War number 7, The Amazing Spider-Man 538, Civil War The Confession, it's a one-shot, and then Captain America 25. And then we move on to the Initiative era and on the road to Secret Invasion, the real Secret Invasion, not that motherfucking shit show we saw on Disney Plus a few years ago. Yes. So a lot of shit's gonna happen next week, the next few weeks. It's about to heat up, and I'm ready for it. It's a good story. So appreciate all y'all on the road to Civil War with it. Read a comic. If you don't have the Marvel Unlimited app, that's where I was showing you these screenshots from. You can get that by going to the link in our description and paying for it. And we'll make so much money if you buy it. We will retire next week or not. So
most likely not.
Most likely not. All right, before we get into the later part of the show, we're getting there, Adrian. The sun's getting low.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I wanted to talk about, I'm calling this my 10 count. We've done this before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rapid fire 10 opinions that I have after watching the Royal Rumble this past Saturday. So here we go. Number 1, WWE is in a lull right now from a storytelling point of view. Number 2, both Rumbles were mid and the men's had some better moments, but still kind of fucking suck. Number 3, shout out to Liv Morgan. It's about time she wins the Rumble. She's back in the main event picture. She is the star of Judgment Day. She's a fucking star of the women's division, let's be honest. Number 4, the Saudi Arabian crowd was legit. I do have to admit, they were a really good crowd. Number 5, what the fuck? Why the fuck did they do AJ Styles dirty like that? Number 6, why are they so obsessed with Gunther? Number 7, a lot of whys here. Why does Triple H have to be on everything? He narrates every video package. He intros every PLE. He even has his own goddamn cover for WWE 2K26. Why? Why are we having full-ass entrances during the Royal Rumble? Whose dumbass idea was it to eliminate Brock Lesnar during the fucking Yeet Fest that Jey Uso was having? And number 10, finally, Roman Reigns is back in the world title picture. The GOAT has returned. Let's fucking go. I hope he picks CM Punk and whoops his bitch ass at WrestleMania. So that is my 10 count. Adrian, we're going to get into some We Respond before we turn it over to the Hidden Gem. Let's see. We got some comments. Read a comment. They asked to read a comment sometimes, and we're gonna do this kind of rapid fire because we got a lot of shit to talk about. So let's see. Last week's episode, we had some comments. Let's see. Jay Shot It. We'll start. Shout out to the interns, guys. Great show, guys. You know what us interns say? AWOB. Mike, I'm guessing your Incredible Hulk rewatch answered your question whether the Hulk can have sex or not. Yes, it did. And Adrian, I've been saying Adam Eve is the Jean Grey of Invincible Universe. Also, one strange relationship we forgot about is Daredevil and She-Hulk. Yes, my boy Matt climbed that mountain, he says, in comics and on screen. Yes, he smashed the Hulk. I am almost done with my Wonder Man binge watch, and safe to say it's been great so far. Definitely started a little slow, but I will say of the MCU shows, it's been a solid one. Yes, it has. Maple Grove says, AWOB, fellas, has Adrian ever done a hidden gem of Lobo? You have.
Yes.
Yes. Because I see the hype around, but I don't have no idea why people like him so much. Yes, he did. I don't remember when it was, but it was here on the show. I can tell you that.
Right.
Captain Canada says, Wonder Man is in my top 3 MCU TV shows. Solid 8.9 for me. Well, hey, checks out.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, 89. Maybe the cap works at Rotten Tomatoes. OG Dirte says, here are my top 5 comic book opening scenes. Number 5, Blade. Number 4, Infinity War. 3, Deadpool. 2, Dread. And number 1, Netflix's Polar. Okay. LB watches, AWOB fellas, Sophie Turner will now join the ranks of poorly casted adaptations along with Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. Yes. Vin Diesel as Bloodshot. And my favorite casting they hate is an oldie, not so goodie, Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher. Wow. Did you like Dolph as the Punisher, Adrian? No. Okay. Let's see. And yes, I'm only reading interns today for sake of time. Akeem Moore, how the fuck did they mess up Jason Momoa as Lobo? It looks like they saw that runny makeup look for the Joker in Dark Knight work so well and decided to copy it for Lobo. Yes. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, so I learned how to do a little bit of costume makeup. Titanium white and baby blue hue as a solid foundation would have set the look off. Hell, they could have hired me. I say hire Akeem Amor for this because y'all fucked it up.
Yeah, they did.
And I guess they forgot how to apply black because they could have had the same person that did Mr. Terrific do both. That's a great point. Terrific has the T. It's not all smudge. It's just clean cut.
Right.
Make those fucking things on the eyes clean cut and have a more even fucking makeup and we'd have a better looking Lobo. Instead, he looks like a fucking hobo. Maybe it's hobo and not Lobo. Maybe they're just doing a different take. I don't know. Devin says, shout out to Adrian for always hating stuff for a different reason than literally everyone else. Yes, that's like your superpower, right? His makeup is weird, Adrian. It's Kiss. He doesn't look like Laura Adrian. She's a lizard. Favorite comic unk on the internet. Nice, nice. That dude Pablo says, hear me out. We agree that firing Majors was wrong, right? I get the business decision, but I think it's garbage Disney fired the man. Yes. With that context, Mark Ruffalo allegedly shouldn't be fired then either. The man has a platform and used it for what he thought was right. Should consequence exist, but nobody should be fired for lukewarm takes like he was out there spewing hate speech. I don't know. Firing him seems a bit much. Yeah, I mean, you could even argue that it wasn't political what he was saying. He said nothing about, he just talked about this lady being shot. Mm-hmm. If that's political too, you got a fucking issue. But if you did sign agreements to where you agreed not to say stuff like that, then they do have, I could not agree with it, but understand why they did it.
Right. Two things can be right at the same time.
Yes. Yep. Like there's not a better, comic podcast than Only Comics. That could be right. And then
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's just two things.
There you go.
That's two things. Look at that. OG Dirte says, Mike, Adrian, I watched Wonder Man, and let me say, if season 2 of Daredevil Born Again is this good, MCU might be on a roll. Okay. Yeah. And OG loves to hate Disney, so that's good for him. Yeah. I still don't agree with race swapping characters, but Yawa Abdul Mateen II killed it as Wonder Man. Yes, he did. That's how an origin should be done through a TV series, not a movie. That's a good point. Yeah. I definitely recommend Marvel fans watch Wonder Man. AWAB. Yes, I agree. The Captain Canada says, I agree with Mike's top 3 movie scenes for sure. Honestly, skip the Illuminati comic because the old school drawings, I'm telling you, it's hard to fucking get through. But I'm glad you gave us the rundown. Well, that's what I do. I give you the rundown. So if you don't want to read the bullshit because it looks like dog shit, you don't have to. Whiplash was low to mid in Iron Man 2. Felt like they did too much with him. Movie is better than people give credit for it. Yes. Daredevil season 2 trailer looks fire. I haven't even fucking watched it yet. We need to see X-Men 97 season 2 trailer. Yes, we do. Thanks for keeping it real, boys. So he knows that we keep it real here, Adrian. OG also says, I might not have read every comic book, but I can read the room. If Disney don't hit a home run with Doomsday, they're screwed. If they're smart, they finally listen to some of us fans. Doomsday will be the epic comic movie we deserve, or they can follow the failing Hollywood recipe, modernize the movie for casual fans who will probably just wait for streaming. We'll see. AWAB. I think they're going to fucking nail it, dude. I really do. I really do. So, all right, that's a rapid fire. We're making up time, Adrian. That's how we do it here.
All right.
I'm going to pass the baton to you. Let me guess. Is the hidden gem Wonder Man?
Yes, it is.
You know how I know that?
Yeah, because I told you.
Bingo.
All right. So, in the interest of time, so the Wonder Man I grew up on was the white dude that they showed in the movie with the kid, the father. Mm-hmm. That was a cool scene by itself.
It was.
He's like, hey, he recognized that his kid doesn't want to go because he's been bullying in school. Mm-hmm. Hey, dude, this cough, let's go watch a movie. And he introduces him to something that he ultimately desires to do, right? So, and it's crazy, and I'm glad that they didn't adopt the comic book suit to the movies, because wow. But anyway, so the Wonder Woman.
Wait, sorry. Did you like the suit at the end?
That was nice.
Badass. Yeah,
that was nice. I was like, oh shit, a little darkish. So they didn't go with the Batman black, right?
Right.
So, but they went with, it was like a little dark, like a cranberry kind of crimson colors to it. But it was nice. It was nice. Anyway. So the Wonder Woman, I keep saying Wonder Woman. The Wonder Man that I grew up with had that fucking loud ass color suit, right? And he did have rocket packs. He was not capable of flying, or he didn't know how to fly at the time. But basically, so Simon Williams, he's the twin of is it Ultron or
Vision?
Vision. So he's the brain twin, so per se, of Vision, but he's also the brother of the Reaper.
That's right.
So the scythe and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So the Simon that I grew up with, he had the strength, he had the invulnerability. His eyes were always red, kind of like Cyclops, except he could control them, right? And I don't remember if he had the immortality, but fast forward to and he had these little rocket belts on the side, rockets on the side of his belt, so that he used to fly. No idea how he guided. We understand how Iron Man can guide his shit,
right?
But you got these two thrusters on the side, but they never burn his clothes up. But as he evolved into what we saw this past week, and I think it's a great transformation. Again, I don't necessarily believe in the gender or the race swapping, but he's obscure enough to where, and he hasn't been portrayed enough to where they can get away with it, right?
Right.
So the difference in the powers is that we haven't seen his true power yet. We saw a little bit of it toward the end, that shitty escape, but so presumably he will have the power. They showed some of his strength in the movie. He was apparently there was a lot of invulnerability. He was getting shot at. He was moving. He was dodging the bullets or whatnot, or just taking the hit.
Yeah.
I mean, his body is pure ionic energy. In the comics, he literally has no bone, flesh and bone. He does not require food, water, oxygen. He can survive in space. All these kinds of things. So it'll be interesting if they come back with a season 2 of Wonder Man, what they do with it. But ultimately, he was able to fly. He's able to use his energy to expel this ionic energy in the form of concussive blast, kind of like Cyclops. Again, he doesn't require glasses to control the shit like Cyclops does, but he can expel these concussive blasts out of his eyes, out of his hands, and also he can envelop himself and use it as a form of propulsion, which is what he did in the finale of the movie. I think that they could build this character, Wonder Man, up kind of like they did Iron Man, like you said. Iron Man was relatively unknown.
C-list?
Outside the country. He wasn't C-list. B+.
Okay.
So he was relatively, he wasn't as popular as like a Captain America or Superman, Wonder Woman, those kind of Spider-Man kind of a deal. And they took this Iron Man character and they built a lot around him. I think with the popularity coming out the gate with a 89 or 8.9 or however you want to look at it, coming out the gate with Rotten Tomatoes and the audience being very close or very similar, to me that says let's have a season 2. And I think that they could build him up to be someone as popular as Iron Man was when he came out.
Yeah.
So 100, he's class 100. So basically he's stronger than the Hulk and Thor at rest, right? Invulnerability he's really at the point where he doesn't even really feel things, right? He can be, let's say, dismembered, but as long as he has enough of his matrix, he can, reconstitute himself. He can he's self-resurrecting, meaning if he dies, he can resurrect himself. So obviously the concussive blast out of his eyes, out of his hands, out of his legs, things like that. So I think it's a really cool character, and he's one of those power sets where in the absence of, like in Iron Man, he can come in, right? If Tony Stark is dead, right? Somebody needs to take his place.
True.
He's a true power source. And he would really be, if you couldn't keep the Hulk in check, he could replace the Hulk but be in control.
Okay, he's that powerful.
He's that powerful. I mean, he's a class 100. Hulk is a class 100.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can, and Thor is basically just a guy with a hammer that pulls him around. I mean, he's not just that. Right. I mean, he can control the thunder and the lightning, which he just figured out that he can do. right? So if you take Thor, who has the strength of invulnerability, you take Mjolnir away, so he can't fly, but he can control lightning. But then you take Wonder Man, who has the same. Actually, he's stronger than Thor. He's stronger than Hulk at rest.
Damn.
Because 100 plus means exactly that, 100 plus.
Yeah.
So he's stronger than the Hulk at rest. He's immortal. He can project any amount of energy out of his eyes and hands and shit, right? He doesn't need rest or sleep or food. I mean, that's a pretty strong adversary to have or enemy, depending on. So he can really replace one of those top tier strong guys or super powerful guys. But the way they weave in the movie, I mean, the TV show, he's also one of those people that you can like Hulk and Thor, they come in for an event and then they go away. Wonder Man, he can always kind of be there. You know what I'm saying? Like a Peter Parker. Yeah. He can always be in the scene because he's just one of those kind of characters that there's nothing extraordinary about him at first glance. He's not 8 foot and fucking green or not walking around with a helmet with feathers on it, right? So I think he would be a very interesting, very powerful character to weave into Marvel as quickly as possible. So anyway, that's it. Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. Well, I wonder, Adrian, if he's going to show up in Avengers. I think he should.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm also down. I agree. I think we should see a season 2 of Wonder Man. And I forgot that what's his name was the brother.
Right. Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Yep.
What a fucked up family, picture there, right? Shit.
But remember when so this is a part 2 of Hidden Gem on Wonder Man, because remember.
Yeah, you did Wonder Man before.
Right. He inherited, I think he inherited his father's company, but his brother was embezzling money and he was actually getting ready to go to prison. And then Ultron got a hold to him or some bullshit and was Ultron, who hates humans, using every human around him to mold something out of, after them. So he was actually, he got his brainwaves, Vision's brainwaves from Simon, and Jacosta's brainwaves from Janet Van Dyne, kidnaps Janet Van Dyne and all this bullshit, fucking Ultron, right? Yep. So he's in the mix of a lot of stuff. But I do like the way they weaved his origin in the film. It makes sense. It makes him one of those characters. Like I said, he can be in any show, but then all of a sudden show super powerful.
Right. Love it. Well, that is part 2. Yes, there is another Wonder Man hidden gem that focuses just on the comic, which you can go back and find that.
Right.
If you want. If you don't, fucking don't. Just watch this one, So
watch all of them.
You watch them all. Yep. Real quick, I do, Adrian, have to smack some people around real quick on TikTok, okay? So there's this fella here. I'm not even going to read their names. Actually, I will. Darwin Manuel. He says, if RDJ never played as Iron Man, would you still consider him the perfect casting for Doom? Yes. I don't have to smack him around. And
I disagree with that.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
And which is fine. I'm not going to be upset, Adrian. It's okay, and you should disagree if you disagree, Then we got this motherfucker here says, Pride Slayers, if they don't have Dooms wiping out the Council of Kang, then it's going to be whack. Now, why am I bringing this up? Here's the thing. If they have him wiping out the Council of Kangs, that would be cool. But not having that does not mean the movie's going to be whack. People do this shit. They pick like one thing. If this doesn't happen, the movie's going to suck. And then it doesn't happen. Bitch, why don't you just shut the fuck up and watch the movie? That's going to make it whack? Come on.
He sounds like those 2 white dudes that tried to go to fucking the Bahamas and take it over.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, let's kill all the black people.
Yeah, hey, right.
Come on, you picked the one thing.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't have this, it's whack. Dude, that's not even like a big deal. No one even cares. Then Flippin' Funko says, I don't care so much about the action as I do the story. The story needs to be right. Now, I would say you need both. Though.
Right.
In Avengers Doomsday?
Right.
What do you want, Edward Norton to rewrite it and be a psychological drama and how Doom's all depressed and oh my God. Right. No, you need both and all the above times 10.
Right.
It's a fucking Avengers movie, dude. And then last one, Jay Munez or Muno, some shit. I don't know. Only comics should be called Only Read 5 Comics. Because we don't read everything. Bitch, you know what it should be called? If you don't fucking like it, don't fucking watch it.
How about that?
Watch your own fucking podcast. Right? Read all the comics you want and go talk to yourself about them, motherfucker. The fuck should only read it. Bitch, do we not tell you every week we're not experts?
Right.
We're only fans.
Yeah, yep.
Well,
now we are.
Yeah, now we are.
We're fucking subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna read more comics on OnlyFans for you. You're not getting to see no skin, none of that. You're just gonna see us reading comics. I will film myself reading comics for you.
Right.
If you want to pay fucking $9.99 a month.
Hey.
You fucking asshole. Fucking 5 comics.
Give me a chair and some fucking cigars, smoking jacket.
Yep.
Something to drink.
For real.
Listening to this bullshit.
You know, you only 5 comics. How about you only shut the fuck up? How about that? Like, why watch? You don't have to. I'd probably do more like demarketing than marketing for this. Don't watch if you don't like it. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway. You're better than me. I wouldn't even read this shit.
I know. I just like to get my crash out of it. You know?
I get it.
This, I can guarantee, is probably going to cause some more discourse online. It's called Agree to Disagree. It's how we wrap up every week, Adrian. I got 9 today, 9 of my opinions I'm going to throw at you. You're going to let me know if you agree or disagree. And then the sun's going to get low, big guy. We're going to turn us, down for everyone. So, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Number 1, Wonder Man was better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I agree.
Wonder Man should show up in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars.
All of the above.
Iron Man was a C-list character before the MCU, Adrian.
Disagree.
Edward Norton was a better Bruce Banner than Mark Ruffalo.
Absolutely.
They shouldn't fire Mark Ruffalo, but if they did, they should bring Edward Norton back.
And Kang and T'Challa.
There you go. Just don't give him creative control.
Right.
That's some like Hulk Hogan shit. They tried that there too in wrestling and it didn't work out. The Incredible Hulk was better than Zack Snyder's Justice League.
All Hulks were better than anything Jack Snyder's done.
Jack and Zack.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them.
The twins, the Wonder Twins.
Cap was right in Civil War, in the comics, and in the movie.
Agree.
Fast X is the absolute worst Fast and Furious movie, period.
They're all a blur, and they all been bad since like 1. So
okay. So you agree, you don't?
I agree.
But that being said, bring on the final film, baby. I'm ready for that shit. Let's go. Fast forever.
Right? Fucking Russian submarines and all fucking giant transports that Cap catches cars with grappling hooks. Bring it all.
Can't wait. What are they going to do? Pull the moon closer to Earth this time? Like, what's going to happen this time, dude?
Yeah, that's going to be Dom with a fucking some dental floss and a hook. Pulling the moon to the Earth.
Yeah, the moon's too far away. It's fucking everything up. I got this family. And he pulls the shit in. Yeah,
Lenny, I got something for you.
Dude, if I see him flying like fucking Wonder Man, like, come on. You just never know what's going to happen, dude. So, well, Adrian, it's been a fun show. It's been a long week. We were doing some travel. We came back and we laid it down for everybody here. So, AWAB, another week, another banger. If you want to get banged again this week, you can join us on other stuff. What do we have on other stuff, you ask? We got some Hulk, some deep dive into the Hulk. And I have a new segment called What If, Adrian. What if Jesus was a hybrid? Oh, we're getting dangerous this week. Man. Yeah. So if you get down with some of that shit, hop on other stuff.
Dude, we're going to be checking out tires here in a couple of days.
Yes, sir. Check your gas tank. So, Adrian, it's been fun. Appreciate you coming out. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, drop us a sub. Go to YouTube. Go somewhere. Spotify. I don't fucking know. Read a comic.
Yep, just leave my tires alone.
Yeah, leave Adrian's tires alone. And this Friday, J. Cole drops his new album, The Fall Off. I'm going to be live streaming this album at midnight on Thursday for everybody. And we are going to do a live listen with an Only Comics Live. So join me there Thursday, midnight. And till then, I guess. So we'll see you then. We'll see you next week.
Peace.